church parties and stuff. Hey, what's up, Bethel? Sorry, I'm kind of sick. How are you? Welcome in, welcome in. Oh. Not stuffy, just I've got, I think, I don't know, maybe some strep throat or something. Hello, beautiful Lady R. How are you, my love? Yeah, I'm not, though. Not today. I am congested, just not. I can actually breathe out of my nose today. I've been taking some decongestants. Oh. So, Ethan, were you just over in the other live? Lady R, did you catch BK's live this morning? Well, I think everybody does that at one point or another, Ethan, baby. Yep, shoot. Who was on panel? I'm lost now. You got me lost, Lady R. I gotta figure out how. Aha. I figured it out. I'm smarter than I look tonight. Yay. There you guys go if anybody wants to come up. Oh, okay. See, I knew there was somebody up there, but I wasn't sure who it was. And I was like, I don't know that voice. Like, I knew he was on there the other day, too, but I've had a hard time in there lately. Really hard time I've been going in there lately. Love her to death. I just hard time going up in there. Well, I was trying to be quiet while Brandy was up there talking because I was trying to listen. But once again, it can't stay on topic. It can't stay. I don't know. I'm just. I don't know. I'm ranting right now. Oh, I have my mixed feelings about this. Oh, but anyway, yeah, I just wanted to say happy birthday to Summer, even though it's already after 12. Although when I watched BK's live this morning, he did make a point. Even though it is her birthday, it really isn't happy for her parents. You know, they woke up so sad this morning. They were on his live. Oh, lady, did you hear about Ernie? What's my sign? I'm a Scorpio, babe. Did you hear about Ernie? Oh my goodness. Yeah, but I mean, even saying happy birthday, whatever, I feel kind of iffy because, you know, she's not here with us, so how can it be a happy birthday if she's not here to celebrate? Where'd you go? Oh, he got caught text messaging a 10-year-old little girl. Her mama got the phone and went after him. And she had like a trailer park full of people. And then Benny called him up and told him off about himself. He's like, man, 1 minute you're cool with me, the next minute you're not. And he's like, look, I was trying to make friends with you and make peace with you, but I'll never, ever, I'll always take the mama side over you. Yeah, it was today or yesterday, one of the two. Oh. No, and I don't understand why everybody swears by him. Where did, what's his name go? Addison. What's his name? What's the name? That's not a D, that's a B. I'm going to say EO because I don't know the name. I can't pronounce it even if I wanted to. You there? I'm trying to bring you up. Did I bring you up? Oh my goodness. Stop it. I think I got you. Are you there? Hello, hello, hello. I hate my computer, y'all. Are you here, hon, or no? Hello? Sorry, I'm just playing with it now. But yeah, no, I don't know what's up with that, man. I told them that, I don't know. I don't know, sometimes I wonder if I just talk to hear myself talk because nobody else listens to me. No, I sure can't, dear. And I have you all the way up. You're not muted. All right, baby.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. I can hear you now.
What's up?
Just takes my computer a while, a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a persistent little fucker, so yeah, I have to keep trying.
You're good.
That's it. Sitting here taking my medicine.
I did that while I was in the other room. I was about to have an anxiety
Oh,
attack.
I know what's going on.
Mm.
There we go. I forgot to cut YouTube off.
Oh, gotcha.
I was like, it's sounding crazy over here. I'll be hearing things.
Mm.
But no, how you doing?
I'm okay.
Oh, I'm okay.
I had to calm down some. I was about to have an anxiety attack.
Yeah, I faced the whole wood. That lady was tripping. She was stressing my soul. I'll be wanting to listen to people. You know what I mean? Like, but I just smoked the
Well,
whole
who
wood.
she is. I've never, and I've been with
Me
Miss
neither. She said, I was watching you. I'm like, who the hell is you? I
been with
guess
Miss
the
Daisy
J.
the day she started doing her lives. Me and her both started our lives the same day. I've been with her from day one. There's so many new people in that room, and I'm like, mm. It used to be such a non-confrontational room, and now
Yeah,
everything's just getting to be like hateful. I don't like that. But I
yeah.
guess with more people coming in, it's gonna tend to be like that.
Oh yeah, but I didn't really understand. I was trying to understand why she got upset. It didn't. She didn't get upset, but I seemed like she felt like like something in her is like wanted that attention or like that to take back to that moment.
Uh-huh.
And then I feel like she
But
just
you
just
wanted this
shitted
to
on
make
her.
it about him.
Was like, but I didn't have no. I had support. I was like, damn.
Yeah,
I was
well,
like, wow.
Robin used to be like that at one point, but
Look at
she
Summer.
had a big turnaround this week. Miss Robin used to be like that, and I'm glad that she changed a little bit because
Yeah,
it
she's
would
trying to
just be
loosen
the
up.
one panel and everything was about her,
Okay.
her story, her story, her story, which I want everybody's story to get out. The more it gets out, but you can't just keep pushing your way into somebody else's
Right.
panel and making it about you.
I hate that.
So she kind of deferred off of that. And then
Yeah.
when we were talking about the woes, she just, she did a totally 360 on me with that. She went from hating them and they did it to now she
Yeah.
think they know
I just had to
really
sit
like,
back. I was eating the whole time.
mm, like, but I don't know who that chicken lady is. Like
Me
she was,
neither. And then she came up with a J on her picture, right?
yeah, she
I don't
was
know who
really
that is.
getting me. I
Everybody
don't.
said she was faded.
I don't. I was trying not to talk very much because obviously you hear my voice. She was really getting to me at the end there. That's why I
She
like
was getting to
literally.
everybody.
I
I got
had
a
him
text
like,
message about it personally. And people in the chat, it's like, people
I
think
don't
that
like when.
the situation is going to shield them for their actions. Like, no, that's not no excuse for you to act like that.
Yes, and I don't like how Miss Daisy's lives end up getting taken over like that. But that's not
Yeah,
fair to her.
I'll try and put some imagery together for her, maybe some
And I don't
slides,
think
whatever she needs.
she won't say nothing about it. Like she's too
Yeah,
not
I-
going to.
I'll pull it to the side about that. That's how I used to do. You ever watch Down Under Crime Talks?
No.
Okay, well, her name is Miss Sharon, and she an older lady in the UK, and like I would be in her chat, and she would just get like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, and I didn't mean to." I'm like, this is your chat, like your panel, your page. Like the difference between you and them is they have an option to leave. There's plenty of choices here. Like you don't do that.
No,
Stand your
I tell
ground.
you
You
all the
know.
time. Don't let nobody overrun your chat. Like
Mm-mm.
it's fine. Cause like people will be like, oh well, you and Trixie are doing it. Now me and Trixie are having a conversation. There's a difference.
Right.
We are passionate about what we talk when we talk. It's
Yeah.
just me and Trixie. We have already come to the agreement. We agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Like I disagree with what she says with. She disagrees with what I say, but we come together in the middle and understand both sides.
Mhm.
I understand why she disagrees, and she
Right.
understands why I disagree. But Miss Daisy's involved in every conversation with us. Today it got a little bit really out of the way, but that's because I felt like I had to yell because of my
Oh my god, you
voice.
were trying to kill me. You was eating.
Oh my goodness, that lady was about ready to. Oh, that Scorpio was about to. I told Miss Daisy, I said, please do not hold it against me if the Scorpio comes out.
Oh man, yeah, I know all about. I was about to say, and you a Scorpio. You took the words right out of my mouth.
Mm, please don't hold it against me. She's like, I won't. And I said, I promise I will try my hardest not to cuss.
Uh, I
I
don't.
was
I
like,
so
because when
whatever
it
come out.
goes, it's going to go, and it's probably going to go on a
Yeah, that
person
verbal vomit.
didn't go to.
That's what I call it, verbal vomit. Like I couldn't like.
Oh, yeah. I got word vomit bad.
Yeah, and I just but people are like, oh, you're an asshole because I'm like, well, if I say something like not for nothing, but it needed to be said, like for reasons that could be even beyond self, but hey, I had to get it out, and that shit don't belong to me. And also, I'm never gonna say anything other than what I hear or what I see of you actually doing. Like I don't have the mental nor emotional capacity to make up anything about people.
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't think
just
people
not into
understand that.
bashing people. It drives me
Yeah,
crazy when people do it.
yeah.
It
And it's
really,
ugly
really.
energy, that attention demon, and it's just like I tell everybody, throwing shade won't make you shine, baby. And if it do, it's
Right.
not gonna be in the light that you want, like. And the fact that you're chasing such an empty win, like you want to put me down so you can lift yourself, that's crazy. Like you'll never be up if that's the case. Like,
See, what I didn't understand was that lady with the day. She
mm-hmm.
she
Chicken.
heard me, Trixie, and Miss Daisy all say like 3 different times
Yes.
we were gonna sit down and have a
I have
talk,
some questions.
and she kept trying to switch her way into it. I'm like, no,
I
this
have a
is
question. I was like, damn, she wasn't playing. I felt she started getting an attitude here. She was like, "Can I ask a question?" I was like, "Dang,
nope.
she's
I was
mad.
like,
She's a big
I'm
mad."
not trying to hear you right now.
I
Miss
don't even
Daisy's
get what
ready
her
to get on
interjection
the
was the
booze
whole
on the
time. Like,
panel too.
why was she comparing herself to like I didn't get it what she was saying at all. Like, What was she
because her
saying about the social
granddaughter.
security card, the social security number?
That's when I jumped up and I was like, my name is the only thing that changed
Right.
on
I was
is
like,
my
look,
name.
mine is too. The only thing is that she know it. It's mine, but it's.
Like, are you? Do you need to be in a padded room too?
Then she said, look it up, and then she said, hey, I got
Well,
that
see,
worried face. I was like, wait, what?
I don't know if she knows Trixie, but Trixie's a paralegal. So
Yeah,
her telling Trixie the law is not gonna do her no good because she's
that's one of my besties.
like looking at Trixie's looking at her like, no, you're wrong.
Yeah, and I had that talk with Trixie too, right before Christmas. I was telling her like, you got to dig deep. You too nice, and it's important to be, you know, you
Nice,
know,
but to be firm.
right. It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. But see, me, I don't like shit like that. It's too much everywhere. Nice is negligent, and people are like, what? Like, why do you always say that? Like, because I couldn't mean it anymore. Like, you have to understand the negligence it is in so many ways. Where you're just being nice about it, and you neglect to really state the issue, and affirm that I'm not going to deal with this right then and there. Like, you neglect to, you know, properly adhere to it, and then you become the wrong kind of passive aggressive. And those people go crazy because it's like, you keep being passive externally so that you don't have to deal with people's whatever because you're not emotionally, you know, um, fit or matured.
So that lady was saying what that her granddaughter was
I don't
murdered.
know. That's what I was asking you. I didn't get that. She kept like
I don't
cutting
know.
off, but
I don't know nothing about her.
yeah, I'm like, she keeps cutting it off,
Um,
but then she wasn't really saying anything. I was like trying to ask, but I was just kept getting confused. I'm like, who's talking? I don't
like I
know.
wasn't trying to talk at all. The only time I even mic'd up when Brandy was up there was when told them at first. The first time I said anything was when I said I want to be included in that.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
wants to cover it
And
on
then
my
she cut
channel.
you off.
Yeah,
We
and then
need
she
to know the names.
you don't need to know nothing. Like,
We need the name of the
hey,
boyfriend, dad, and the neighbor. We won't. I was like, who she is she?
see, and that's what pisses me off. Okay, we can get all this information, but you guys go way too deep into their friggin'
Yeah,
lives.
yes, exactly,
We need to know what's going on with them now, not what happened with them like 12, 15
exactly.
years ago.
That's what I
And
said. Like,
that's
y'all
what
looking
they
at the
all
wrong
did to the
things.
wells. They
Yeah,
like grinded them poor people, and they're
yeah.
hurt.
Then they're like, oh well, oh I thought I was the first one who brought that here. Like, really? That's what y'all chasing?
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a bigger picture here.
And I was like, it's really sad that you have a platform, but I cannot. I'm not going to frivolously call you a content creator because I've yet to see you create any content with that you own, that's yours. That you
Yeah.
didn't just it's just like yeah, get the word out there, but at least do something to put your name on it. Like yeah, but this is how I tweaked it. Like I don't know. I just be like, I already seen that. Like I saw that. And then it's like no one really gets into what matters. Like like dig deep. Like if we're gonna speculate and just go like hoorah with the thoughts, at least have like some organized chaos to it. Like this is what we're aiming for. And I'll let your mind go wild with it. Like that's how I operate. Like my chat, everything. It's like, look, it's no topic untouched. We can talk about anything as long as
Yeah.
you know it's nothing that's you wouldn't want someone to talk to you about. Like it's like people be going to weird shit. I'm like nah, but it's I just don't know. I look at everybody and people are like, oh, you haven't been live or anything. It's like no, because I just had to step back for a minute and just really ask myself what was I doing and why, and what of me like could I apply to it and like why, and it's like okay, but it's not to be seen. I just cut my camera on because like I don't know I do, and then the little circles be bothering me. Like, I'm kind of cockeyed, so I just be staring at them, like trying to see who's talking. I'm like trying to look for the little circle, the little tiny circle outside of it. I'm like, I come on live, I gotta put my thick glasses on. Like, we could share this vision. Like, it's bad. Like, you just stand to the side. Like, you see this about a good 3/4 of an inch cut on that glass. But no, I like to connect, and I tell people that for me, connection is like really important, and understanding the artistry in it and the like the meaning of it and how it really can be applied to every single decision you make in your life. Like, like you get a good connection to it, it's a bad connection to it. Like, would you want to run from that? You would have chasing you, or you're cool with that. Like, make those kind of connections with your actions and your ideations, even your self talk. Like, like
Yeah.
my life's fucked up, but I'm not. Like, my shit's in shambles. But
Gotcha.
no, but I can't. I can't adhere to it because I know how that feels. Like
Hey, my
I'm like
honey.
on my fourth year in recovery. And sobriety and whatnot. And
Hey, Miss Joy. How are you,
hey,
beautiful?
hey, Joy R, you're special. That feeling can't be mimicked.
I love her. She's so
God
awesome.
given. I love the name Joy. I know why. That's
She's
cool.
one of my faithful. She'll stay on with me as long as I'm on for. I think
Yeah, that's how
yesterday
I
we were
be.
on for like 5, 6 hours.
Oh yeah, see, I be going for like 36. But it's just because people just pop up at different times, and I have my own. I created my belief system, so I would tell people like, I know, but like for me, I do. That's me. I'm
Hey,
all yeah, all that.
Joy, were you at Miss Daisy's live?
I've seen that little pug before, unless it's just a normal stock photo.
Aw. Yeah, I went and got a cheesecake.
Oh, I just made some cheesecake pancakes.
Ooh, not good.
Yeah, that's because I be high. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
I told you I need to take my anxiety medicine from the
That's
other
what
room.
that's what I said. I was on there. That lady. I said, "Dang!" I was texting True Crime Commentary. I was like, "Man, sis, I just faced the whole wood right now." Like, it's just like
Oh, you were in PGs?
I never been over there before.
You're not missing much, please.
You know what? I'm very audibly
Oh
receptive
my
to.
god, it's 10 times worse than Daisy's.
I know. I just can't take her vocal you know uh, tone.
Be glad you missed it tonight.
And I remember her sounding strange to me. Not like but I can't do it. Like just
You need to come up. I need to tell you what happened. I can't because you're gonna. I need your voice.
oh, you're like me. That's so funny.
It's way too much for you to
I'm
type.
not weird. Oh my gosh. I want to like screenshot any day thread of me talking in text message and it's like a script. My face is like, what? Right now? Like, I'm not weird. That's crazy. Wow. See? The voice. I'm like, I
Joy,
need to
come up.
talk to you though.
Miss Joy, come up.
Yeah, we're not doing nothing. We just hanging out on Friday. I don't, me and my chat, I don't care about the numbers or anything. It's like, as much as I talk to my damn self, I be forgetting to respond to the chat. I be like, I was at my damn self. I'm sorry, y'all. It's not like that. I be practicing. Like, but
No,
I'm listening.
you're really gonna. I don't know if you're gonna find what I'm about to tell you humorous, or if you're gonna get mad at it. But you really need to come up here so you can voice your opinion on it.
I'm like, oh, I'll be ready
I
for
was
you.
talking to Joy.
I know. I'm just being nosy.
I'm trying to get her so we can tell her what she missed.
Oh,
It's not
man.
pinned up there
It's
on the
been
top.
crazy out here. Like, even that thing where you and Ziggy's last night.
No, I don't go to Ziggy's at all. I don't go to
Okay.
none.
But yeah,
No,
no, it was ridiculous. Like I have never seen two grown men argue to that nature. It's like if they had folding chairs, they would have been slamming them and stumping their
who
feet.
was in
Like
there?
it was Ernie Shell and some guy named Jimbo.
Oh Lord, is it about that 10-year-old girl?
Well, that was part of it, but that was towards the end. But it was just ridiculous. It was like, no, you are, no, you are, no, that's you, stupid, no, that's you. Like,
Oh Lord,
but you haven't called me. Oh, well, that's because I'm traveling the world. I'm like, is this real right now? And this went on for like an hour or so. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. This is crazy. This is what it's come to. But yeah, it's always a lot going on over there. I told Ziggy, she has a lot of ability, but just pay some respect to the mentals of her audience, and really keep in mind what you're throwing at them, putting out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Hey,
Hey, Joy.
I
Hey
used to
y'all.
watch her in the beginning
Oh, hey,
for the
y'all. I
stuff
love it.
between BHB or B whatever BHB and MGL Ziggy. I don't watch none of them no more. It's just too much drama.
Yeah, I.
Like you guys are doing absolutely nothing but making this case look like a circus.
Yeah, I can't consume that. I be shaking weed at the camera. And I'm like, here, too. Like, that's not legal here. I like, oh, I feel so sorry for you.
Yeah,
I'm
it's not
smoking
legal
with
in
you
this
in
town
spirit. I
anyway.
will smoke your. I will hotbox your soul. Like, what's up? Like,
So, Miss Joy.
All
So
right.
yeah,
What's happening?
there. Do you know some lady named what is that? I'm the chicken
crazy,
lady.
crazy
Some
chicken
shit.
lady,
Crazy chicken lady.
crazy lady chicken, crazy chicken lady.
No, I don't think I've heard of it.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, well,
is she
she's a new
changing her
sub, I
name?
guess, in there, and there's a couple of channels that she swears
She
by.
went grief gone wild.
Ziggy's one of them. Ziggy's one of her favorite creators.
Oh,
She
is
was
she?
all up on Miss Daisy's tonight, trying to take over her live. Well, we finally got Monkey's mom to come up so she could just like highlight us on what was going on. And this lady,
You have
oh
one
my god,
job.
she was worse than R was in the
Oh my
beginning.
gosh, that was crazy.
And we didn't figure anybody could get any worse than that, right? Okay, so she was very confrontational through the whole conversation. Like it was hard for Brandy
Intrusive.
to talk because she would try to talk over her. And then she's a big basher.
Mm.
Uh, she had the nerve to ask Brandy how she felt about
So,
the way Candace is handling Summer's missing.
yeah.
Like you're asking one missing kid's mother how she feels about how the other missing kid's mother is acting. Like, what is wrong with you?
So Brandy is Monkey's mom. She was on the panel.
Mm.
Yeah. And then she was like, "Well, we need the boy from the hut, the
She
boyfriend
just like
husband
mauled her. Like she was like,
information.
"Ruff, ruff,
We
let me
need to
talk."
know where they live, where they."
Yeah, the
Oh,
boyfriend or husband's information, the neighbor. We need to know so we
okay.
can look into this and get this. I'm like, what?
Oh, oh,
Just
the
right before.
funniest part though, Miss Joy, the funniest part of the whole thing was she said, "Do you know that your social security number is not the same on your driver's or after you get married than it was before?" I was like, no, I have the same social security number that I
Yeah,
had
that was
before I
wild.
was married and after I was married. My
Okay.
number didn't change. I was
Okay,
like, so you're wrong.
Trying to change my icon.
PG just kicked a lady right before I left there, right before she went off. That come on
Uh-huh.
there, and I wasn't watching. I was crafting while I was listening. And she was saying the exact same stuff. She said, "Would you want to give out your social security number or whatever it takes?"
Oh yeah, yeah. To find my
PG said, "Well,
baby, I would be
absolutely
giving every.
not."
What? So what was her name over there?
I don't know because PG kicked her while I was not
Oh,
watching.
okay, okay. Because I was saying she had one thing in the chat and then another thing on panel.
Yeah, I
But then
didn't
at
see
the
the panel. I wasn't
end, she
watching.
was talking about that she knows what they're going through because her granddaughter was killed.
Yeah, she kept saying
So
that. It's
you
like that's
waited
not
the
the same.
whole live to tell us at the end that your granddaughter was killed?
Oh my gosh, you're so much like that. I tell people, Capricorn and
I
Scorpios,
wasn't
believe
sure
it
how
or
to
not.
take that. Like, I really did not know how to handle that one.
Yeah, I muted out because I was like, what?
And you know me, I'm not really quiet on panel. I like to talk. But I was trying to listen to Brandy. And then that lady just kept
She so
Miss
she was
Robin, Miss
contradictive too.
Robin out of them all. She was like, after Brandy got down, because I think that lady kind of scared Brandy,
She kept saying,
honestly.
I need to ask you questions.
We're like, no, this isn't a question and answer service
And you can
session.
clearly hear her child like, "Mommy, mommy." She's like, "I need to put my baby to sleep. I really have to go, guys. Thank you." She's like, I have questions." I was like, what? "Oh no."
I was like, leave the poor lady alone.
And then
Damn.
she asked him to Miss Robin. She was so confidently incorrect. I was like,
And then Trixie came up to try to explain what she was trying to say. And then she kept interrupting Trixie. And Robin was like, Trixie, can we please finish listening to what Trixie has to say? She must have said that like 5 times.
yes, she
Robin,
did. But she's like,
where's
"I'm really
Robin?
trying to get this out because I have to take my."
Yeah, PG kicked her. She's on. What's wrong with her? Why would you want to give all that information out?
Yeah, they were saying that she was probably like intoxicated a little bit. Everybody was like, "The drunk lady needs to go." Like, I was even getting personal text messages about it. And I was like, listen, and I was like, yeah, because as the chat went on, she started being like, well, I know that. Like, what? So you mean to tell me that I have a new social security number?
Yeah, right.
Let me
Can we
find
throw this
out.
one away and get a new one?
Right. A1 credit, you feel me? What you mean? Let's start
Well,
over.
PG told her, said, we're all about summer right here. We're working on summer. She said, well, summer's over. And that really teed PG off.
She said, what?
She said,
Oh,
summer's
she's
over. We
working
need to
on
keep
something.
on, talking about moving on to. She wanted PG to move on to Monkey's case.
But what? Like, when did she?
Yeah.
When did she start? When did she care?
I
She was
don't know.
so opposed to the energy and things that Brandy was receiving that she kept just intrusively just like interrupting everybody that even said anything. Like, it's like, what? Why would you think they'll be okay? And then I thought it was like, wow. She's like, oh well, yeah, no, I didn't have those problems. I had support when my granddaughter died. I was like, what?
Then she
I was like,
proceeded to tell us that she blamed her daughter for when her granddaughter.
yeah. And we were like, but what are you saying? I thought it was my daughter that killed my granddaughter, not her dad. And it was the dad, but I was blaming my own daughter. And she kept saying it, and we're like, okay.
In a
Okay.
padded room.
But now
Like,
she's
I was
right
just,
on PG. So if y'all, y'all know who you're talking about.
what?
So
How is
I'm
she now? She's advocating for Monkey?
It's
I
on the
don't know.
very end of PG's live tonight.
Well, she said she watches me, so I
I'll,
need
look,
to
I'll,
know.
I'll go back and look at it.
Because
But
I don't play, I rebuke those.
I bet it was the same lady.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Just
I'm
her
right now.
her verbiage. Like, dang,
You
like, so
said
you
at the
just left
very
us
end.
and went
Was
over
she
there?
up on was she up on the panel or she was just in the comments?
No, she came up on panel, and I was
Oh
over
my
here
gosh.
crafting. I had my back turned to the computer, and I was just listening. But she was on panel.
I was like, this lady, she don't know that Venus is out of Capricorn. I'm not nice no more. Them emotions is over. But no, she was grinding my gears quite a bit.
Ugh.
Like, it took a lot for her to come up there. You could just hear it in her voice, and you know, where she was saying that she wanted to just keep it about Summer. Summer's birthday. She would come up, and she's like, well, this is what Summer would want. Summer would
Yeah.
want us to. Like, what are you talking about? Are you trying to coerce people into doing things by saying this is what Summer wants, lady? Let me mute back out. Like, I'm not about to do this. We're a man up in here, okay? Bring your good self and sit down. Don't show out
I
for
don't know
company.
what her issue was tonight. I
I
was
don't
just like,
know. It sounds
you
like
are.
cheap whiskey.
I
Sounds
was
like
like, I don't even know who you are. I
the
don't
bottle
like.
just says whiskey. That's the type of
I didn't
shit
want
she
to
was
get like
drinking.
angry with somebody I didn't know. She might be editing it. It's not up yet.
Mm-mm.
There's some weird people out there. We had one couple
Yeah.
tonight, and
And then they
she
do
said
stuff
for a
like
long
that.
time, and then she said, "I'd like to say something, Prayer Garden." And she said, "Okay, sweetie, go ahead." And she said, "But I don't want nobody to interrupt it through. I've got hearing aids in. It's hard for me to hear anyway."
Mm-hmm.
Blah. And then
Mm-mm.
the first thing she said was, "I had a vision." And of
Oh
course,
Lord.
Prayer Garden don't believe in that. So whenever she started talking, she just kicked her out.
I'm like, yeah. That's. I mean,
And you
I just
sure it wasn't R, right?
No, this lady showed her face.
oh really?
Well, see,
It's
this
called
one didn't.
Is she had hearing aids in for real? For real?
Ivy's mom, is what her name was on camera.
I've seen her before.
What was her name?
Ivy's
Ivy's
mom.
mom.
I've never seen
I hadn't
Girl, I
seen
be
her.
lurking. I be seeing everybody because I be like, look, go ahead and make me blue. See what I don't do. Girl, I will what? That's my wand. Abracadabra that ass. You're out of here. I don't play them games. You don't get no chances for what I see is obvious. You have problems, and we don't want them here. Like I don't. You can't sit with us. Period. I don't know who people think they are. Are they coming there and tell you what to talk about in your own chat? Like, why don't you start a podcast or something? Use your voice memo. Oh, this stuff is crazy. These YouTube wars. Like, who said this is not what it's meant for? And they need to not. This whole karma thing. There's no. You don't mix the lives of anyone that can't speak for themselves with drama and think that it's okay. I'm not. I'm not gonna. Like that's not funny. They think it is. What's it? Her? It's called. Her page is called PGs.
Prayer Garden of America.
Oh,
It's not up yet. She's editing it.
she's being smart. She's like, y'all ain't about to use this against me.
Well, probably what she's taken out is when she first came on. Benny came on live, but she told him before he come up there, she said, "You're welcome to come up here, but don't come up here saying thanks. This is Summer's birthday party." And he come on jumping on somebody in the chat, so she booted him out.
Who did?
Benny.
Benny Keys, so she's probably just gonna take him out off of it.
Who did he jump on?
I'm not sure. It seems to me
She was
like
crafting.
Well, see, he was really upset about the the happy birthday thing today.
yeah.
And
I
I
heard
can
that.
Some people just really just it was like really that's what you did. Like you were better off just posting a short saying happy
like.
birthday Summer
I
or
mean,
using
I
your
can
community.
understand where he's coming from. Seriously,
Yeah,
like it would be a happy birthday if she was here with us
right,
celebrating, but she's not. So how can it be happy?
right.
Yeah, but what if she, because in my mind she's still alive until
Yep,
Right.
me too.
okay.
But
What
she's
if
still not
later
where she needs to
sees
be.
this, we recognized her birthday?
Mhm.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
Well, for
that's
Don,
just the
I
way
feel like he's. I feel like that this reality is maybe changing his heart, or something. Because I mean, I see him flip flop, but then I can't say that I don't see, the just even whether it's false or not, just even the effort of putting forth a better image, and like understanding that this is not a game.
Well, I can see where the parents probably wouldn't want to celebrate her birthday with her not being with them, but
Yeah,
They
stay
were
off,
really upset.
stay off YouTube and don't watch it.
yeah. But the thing is, what they do when they're upset is the problem.
Oh yeah. When they
You
get
know.
upset, what do? The first thing they do is get on YouTube and start raving at
Oh
anybody.
no, they're gonna grab something first because they weren't themselves. I was
I
hangry.
mean, if it
Oh,
was
good.
the real Don, somebody come in private chat when I was on stage
Oh,
and was under Don and said, "Sissy, stop this because you're upsetting Candace."
well, I know it says like Donnie. His name is Donnie Wells, right?
It just said Don tonight.
Oh yeah, no, I think his is Donnie Wells. I know he mods in Benny's thing. I talked to him in there
Yeah,
before.
he's a modern Benny's, and I think he's a modern cracking cases too.
Oh, is he now? Oh, okay.
I think so. I'm not sure. Don't hold me
Look at him
to
moving
that.
on up. But at least he's starting. His verbiage is more like, it's like okay. I'll at least hear you out. Like
He
you don't
goes on
sound belligerent.
YouTube just to piss people off.
Yeah,
'Cause he
he's a
knows it
Scorpio.
pisses them off.
Oh, he's a Scorpio.
Hmm.
Mhm.
We do things we don't do it for attention. We do it for retaliation.
Yeah,
Like you hurt me, I'm gonna hurt you in a different way, but I'm gonna
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And I mean, just look at you guys as symbolism. I don't think people understand that. It's like you shouldn't fear, this my tail because you should never have to feel that because you understand what you have to do to feel that. So what's your worry? But not only that, am I going to fucking poison that ass? I'm going to clench you while I do it. Yeah? I
He
look
said,
you right in the
chill while you
eye
got,
and
chill
drop
while you
you.
got the chance, because if I sting, I'm gonna sting you good.
Yeah. That's what I said. And grab you with my claws, stare at you and drop your ass. I'm out.
It's crazy. I
You
just don't.
chose this. I tell people don't provoke me to insulting you so you can play victim. I don't do that. I don't do the provocative victimization. Like I'll call you out. I don't possess
Oh
sympathy.
my goodness, Miss D had in her live early, like this morning.
Oh, Miss
No, it was when
Daisy.
she first went live today.
Oh, the
When she
chick.
first went live. Did you hear the thing about what Jody said?
Oh, ooh. Did you, Miss Joy?
It
No,
was on
I
TV
seen it.
channel last night.
That was
See,
out of line.
it was a text message between Ziggy and Jody Sue,
Mm.
and Ziggy read it on live. She said she sent it to TBI, but oh my gosh,
Yeah,
Well, you
and
got
months
to check
later.
what it
the dude,
was.
huh?
Huh? We
You
both
got to
said, huh? Man,
What'd you
she
say,
didn't.
Miss Joy?
She said you're gonna tell her what it was.
yeah.
Oh, um, it said something like three different times. She said that Summer was
Summer's dead. Yeah.
Summer's dead, yeah, and that she died Saturday before the three
Andy
days
told.
before she went missing.
Yes.
Um,
Andy told her that.
Andy told her daughter that,
Yeah.
and that
She,
he seen her
her dead
body,
body.
um, and that she was scared that if they talked to the wrong people, they could possibly be killed. And I'm like, this woman really needs to be in a
But didn't she
padded
also
room.
say
I
that
swear to you, she
Andy
needs
told
to
her
be locked
daughter
up.
she don't want to end up like Summer or something? Or she gonna end up like Summer? Jody Sue said that also. So like,
Yeah,
I think
something like that. Let me see if that's up. If it's up, I can play it without
she has
showing.
flip flopped us so much. It's like, wait, what? And then you go defend him, but then you're
I
his
don't
victim.
understand. Yeah.
She has like A1 Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, then they called you to stop and turn the other way.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, she said she was scared to talk about it, and
She's lying.
it was a huge, long thing, and it didn't make any sense.
It
Um,
never does. And that's what she does. These characters. That's what I call them. These characters. It's like you just drop them in, and they do is just throw you around another corner. It's like, what? I thought I was getting somewhere. Like, yeah, that was the
right.
problem.
Let me find it real quick where
And
it
I
started.
feel like they got somebody everywhere. Like that's just blending in and going back and like, okay, well, this is what they know. So the next thing you know, Don or whoever's making a video, and he just happens to say the one thing we're wondering why he hasn't mentioned or said yet. Like, because that's, yeah. Like, these people are wild.
Listen, you guys, I'm just tore up about this.
Okay, can you hear
I
it?
mean, if the
Hmm.
PBI does not investigate this, then I don't
Yeah,
know
I
Can
who
you
can.
hear
else
it?
to do.
I can.
Because let me tell you guys, that is scary stuff right there. You
Come
have
on,
said
volume.
too many things that leads us to believe that something bad happened this summer. Really, something bad happened. Holy, holy, hang on, I'm sorry. Holy Dooly Saturday. Well, that throws yet another wrench
I
into the
went straight
case.
next Friday.
Why didn't she let the TBI search the property? Was Summer still in that house? Could they have had Summer in that house, guys?
Mm.
That's really starting to make me think. I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking. Oh, you're welcome. Hello, Miss Trauma. I'm like, please
Oh, you're
tell me.
welcome.
Everybody's coming in. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to this again now that more people's come in. But this is Zig, so I'm just gonna put abbreviation as Zig. Allegedly, in this video,
So cute.
Jody JS. Oh, hang on,
Yes.
somebody's gonna come up. Hang on. Sorry guys, hang on. Let me put this back down again.
I'm gonna give me it.
Alleged. Let's see. Miss Daisy, she said she was killed. Son Summer is only missing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why is she saying Oh, well, first Fred, first speak, Fred, just Fred speak. It found out Fred wasn't even killed the day Summer vanished. Mentioned why and when he actually. The summer was killed Saturday, so like I said. Did you guys get that? Hang on just a second. Guys, she said other things too. She has said a lot of, let me see. Hang on. Trixie's coming up and Dippy's coming up. welcome, guys. Hi. Hey. So, did you guys hear?
What are you taking? What are you taking away from it? I'm just wondering.
What do you mean?
She said that Summer was killed. As of right now, nobody knows if Summer's dead or alive. She's only missing.
Right.
She literally just confessed that Summer is not alive anymore.
She said Summer's killed. And if you listen to the whole video where Zig's talking, she's very paranoid that seems like she's very paranoid to Zig because she's like, we're going to get killed and people's going to get killed. She's talking that kind of stuff. Like
it's true.
Very paranoid. That sounds really messed
she
up.
should be because it isn't a joke right now.
Like the third thing that she said about Summer being dead. I hope Zig reported that to the TBI.
Oh, yeah, Ziggy definitely did.
I would say she does. I say TBI needs to pick her up, throw her in a room, and interrogate the F out of her. I can't understand why they haven't done this to Candace and Dom either. I mean, yeah, but guys, she has said like 3 or 4 times in 3 different or 4 different incidents that Summer was dead. But this right here, this is just, I mean, it has concerned me all day, guys. I'm just thinking that JS and A done a lot of things, so using that statement about Summer being dead on Saturday as an example. I don't know, guys. They wouldn't let her.
And that didn't seem like that to me.
I was happy.
Search the property. If you listen, I wish I could link this down. I don't know how to link things. Where you all can actually go and listen to it yourself. It is very, very like in the text. It's almost like JS is very paranoid that Zig asked Fred questions about what happened. Like Zig found something out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you listen to the whole thing, I don't know if y'all want to listen to the whole thing or half of it, but
I kind of want to hear more. I need to hear where she's going with it.
Okay, so guys, it'll be a minute. Are you guys okay with listening to all of it?
What was Saturday? What date was that?
So Summer went missing on
June 15th.
Tuesday,
yeah.
So allegedly on here, the way JS talks, I'm gonna let you listen to how paranoid she sounds.
Yeah, start from the beginning because other people didn't hear it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna play the longer version where you can hear. I think that this is just my opinion, but the way I listen to it, it sounds like to me that JS is paranoid that Zig said found out more from Fred. If you listen to it, let me let you all listen to the whole thing, okay? Hang on. But if me talking to Andy puts you in any, or you or anyone in danger, then I won't do it. It's not that important, I don't think. Or it's not that important. I don't think Andy being the drug dealer really pertains to my son. I'm busy.
I think selling drugs is low on the totem pole compared to what happened this summer. She said it puts us in extreme danger in the public. I'm not joking. Nobody gives a fuck or takes you seriously. He has been vetted. He is innocent. Nobody needs his sign for anything other than drama. Then they eat him for profit. And that will get us for the public caught off guard. And Andy isn't the dealer, not even close. And everyone tries to get him and he knows it. So they know what the fuck kind of bullshit they're up to. Andy and a random grandma weed doesn't have shit to do with summer. The feds are aware of it. It happens since day one before dark. He's on camera 6 days a week. Same schedule, same time for years, plus GPS, plus car GPS, plus Google GPS, I even have. This YouTube content for Andy is horseshit. But Don, Doug, Chris, Josh, all tried, and it's horseshit. I said, okay, well, I won't talk about it. Not that I have an opportunity to do so, I just won't try or attempt to. So, the next day, I messaged her and I said, are you still wanting to meet for dinner or something? And she says, is Chris playing that shit with he and Josh that wasn't even supposed to be recorded? LOL. And then he says, I'm just going to I now my uncle to come in and watch my youngest sister up night again. I said, I've been out about, don't know what he's doing. I'll check it out. She said, I'm still open to nonsense. It really only is with my dead body and it's with Andy and also now. Now you see how we get along too. I guess we are in a just real life stuff, right? I said, I'm sorry. She said, if you want to try for tomorrow, we can. She said, since that day, the last bit has been on himself and I put my thanking me for trying to protect them and calling out Lily for terrorizing them and trying to stop others from coming in there. There are also tired of people in there. Some stuff still got up real crazy downstairs. YouTube gives no shit. So guys, she wanted me to see her speaking in English class. And right there, she says right here, she knows that the other people are gone. Like the other group is gone. She knows it's just me. And just me and my daughter. And she's there trying to tell me that Angela is just so tired of being terrorized and all this. And they're in tears. But they've been on the phone crying together. So she's trying to make me feel bad. So I wouldn't go talk to anybody. That's how I got it. That's how I took that. I respond to her. I said, I can totally meet up with you. It's up to you. I don't want you to be uncomfortable. I'd love to take you in the middle. And I press parentheses. Oh, well, that's not my question. But here or wherever. We don't need to record anything. No need. We talk on YouTube all the time. So she never responds to that. And then she messages about an hour and a half later. And just after my life. It says, Fred showed you bones, huh? Fred is Fred. I like Fred, but there's a reason we all say Fred is Fred. And you have to speak Fred. And I said, you seem pretty nice, but yeah, I can tell he's a little off. She said, the dogs are over there, by the way, everywhere, countless times a day, in exact spots, talking to certain stuff. No way are those humans over missed. I said, yeah, I don't believe it's possible they were missed. She said, they are just trying to make you look silly, is my guess. He does animal remains as we all do. That neighborhood is maybe starting to study you all and fight back, I'm telling you. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, she was expected. They showed up here. So, wait. So 2 days, or so, that was, she doesn't message me at all the next day, I noticed. And so she doesn't message me. We were supposed to meet. It looks like. Then she tells me something is private, and I told her I won't say anything. It doesn't have anything to do with this case. It's just some harassment that she was getting. So I didn't talk. She didn't get a hold of me that day. That's the only day she could hold me. And then we started talking to Dad. She messages me randomly Friday evening and says, what did you do? I said, what do you mean? Why was your post taken down? I was very excited to do that. She said, what post? I said, oh, wait. I told her that with the guys taken down. Okay, so she goes, what did you do? And then she told me, BK is saying you caused issues with Andy, Fred. And since BK is lying sack of shit, I'm asking you and others to go on our YouTube first to find out why it's in my inbox, she said. Wonder why. If she has issues, she will message, so I'm not worried about it. Of course, the voice thing, it says error. I don't understand it. I used to always play voice clips for forever, but I messaged her voice clip. I had no idea what she's saying. I talked about, I don't watch any, but she said, Vivia's saying because the issue with Andy and I and Fred. And she said, so what's the real deal with whatever was said to Fred? What do I need to call him to figure it out? See? She's wondering, right here she can ask you what I said to Fred. And she said, I don't think any of you understand that if you go in there and say the wrong name or the wrong name, she said wrong name or wrong name twice, or slipped to the wrong person, you can and will cause real murders and death in there once the intention is gone, and maybe even before. I said, please clip, it won't play. I'll show you this screenshot. It won't play. I'm not lying. So here, maybe they'll start playing like when I pull it up to do. And she said, even between family, these three is not a joke. I'll try to tell all of y'all. I'm not worried about what Fred said. Fred is Fred. But if you said the wrong thing to him, could literally cause him to be Fred, and that's bad. I said, she voice clips that will not freaking play. She said, oh well, Fred is Fred, Fred speak, Fred is Fred speak. And fun fact, Fred wasn't even in today's film the day summer vanished. And I mentioned why and when he actually came into this hill in my videos. I said, oh wow, oh wow. That is a fun fact. She said, and cops and feds were there when he came in, and the name he gave you was wrong. And I said, what name? And I said, whose name? She said, and he told us summer was still Saturday. Why when he actually came into Ben Hill in my videos? I said, oh wow, oh wow. Said, and cops and feds were there when he came in, and the name he gave you is wrong. And I said, what name? Whose name? She said, and he told us summer was till Saturday, so Fred is Fred, like I said, Fred speak.
Did you guys hear that? Guys? Did you hear that, girl? Trixie. Guys.
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay. I was wondering if like everybody originally involved in this case is crashing. What do you guys think about that?
I told you she was sold and she was killed. She just let the cat out of the bag. Like, if anybody should be worried about being,
She texted all this to Ziggy while Ziggy was in Tennessee.
Yes, this is when Ziggy went and kind of coaxed them into stealing that dog.
Now that don't make sense because how did H see her when they went swimming and to the doctor and all that?
Exactly.
And then the drugstore seen her.
That happened 3 days after she supposedly got killed. Unless he was saying it was the Saturday after she went missing.
Yeah. So I was thinking too, because of what time frame or where this that I don't know.
Like
There's
I
so confusing.
What I told them is like, okay, now come on. Listen to where that was coming from. Who it was coming from.
Right. Not incredible.
She is so out for attention that she will say the darndest things.
Mm-hmm. You see it. They be trying to jump down my throat, but I'm like, are we gonna look at it or are we gonna look over it? Like,
I don't believe a word she says.
go in there.
Miss
And
Joy?
it's just like she comes in to
I
distract.
can't hear a word she says. I can't understand her at all.
She sounds like Chowder, you know that cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Chowder.
I mean, from what you just heard on the video, or what we just listened to, what do you think about that?
I don't know. It couldn't have been the Saturday before because, I mean, H would have said the Summer wouldn't with her.
Yeah.
And the drugstore seen her in the vehicle, so I've heard. I mean, I don't even know if that's even true.
And supposedly she went into the Catch 21 store, I guess, wherever she bought the
The two different smoke shops.
Yeah, the second one, wherever she got the twisted tea.
I didn't understand how he said he got out the car and showed his mom the vapes and stuff, and she said she made him walk a straight line. Like, what? So he does this all the time then, basically.
But see, there's that thing going around just where he supposedly carjacked some lady.
Yeah. What was
Like,
that?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think that. I think he knows more than what he's saying.
But now his dad's the good guy again. I don't know what's going on in these YouTube streets.
Well, his dad has actually been forthcoming with
Yeah,
everything. He
he's
hasn't
chill.
lied about
I was
anything.
like, no, I'm saying like everybody like bashing him. Now everybody wants to listen to him. It's like, you guys should just hear people out in the first
I
place.
think that's a lot to do with Benny, though.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I just fell onto
Benny
Benny.
may be,
Everybody was like,
he may be an ass, and he
yeah.
is,
Hmm.
but he makes sense of a lot of it. I mean, I don't listen to. I haven't really had the pleasure to hear him go off on people for no reason.
I
Watching
But
that
I've heard him go off on people that do need it.
hmm. Yeah, and it's
Like, I
like,
don't know what all
he
that
is
was
who he
about
is.
in the PG the other day. I have no idea because I wasn't there for that. I came in later.
I'm always late.
I came in when he was talking to Andrew. I missed the
Oh,
whole
okay.
PG thing.
Yeah, I'm like, Andrew, take that Charlie Chapman hat off. Like his camera finna go sepia tone. Like,
now, Andrew's pretty respectful on his channel. I watch him about every morning.
yeah, he's really soft
He
spoken.
is.
I mean, he says, you know, he uses his cuss words, but it's his channel, so he can do what he wants. But he is respectful in his channel. I mean,
Hmm.
He's not down for that bashing other people either, though.
No, he seems really sweet.
I mean, he's told his chat quite a few times, if you're going to talk like that, go on into somebody else's chat. Don't bring it on in here. I mean, and then everybody was down in Benny today because he puts his Cash App out there. I was like, well, y'all just don't realize we asked him to drop his Cash App. He
Yeah.
doesn't, you know what I mean? It's not like he does it like BHB and MGL.
yeah, there's nothing
They have
wrong
like
with that.
several
But even
different
still, if they listen further, that he also sends those cash apps to random people in the chat that need help and things like
Yep.
that.
He will
Doesn't
pay
use
it
it.
forward.
Like,
Somebody said that today, matter of fact. She thanked him for the random one.
oh yeah, I did see her up there earlier. Jaka or something like that.
JOXX, yeah, something like that.
Something. I said J Snacks. I'm just making up names.
Girl, that,
I'll rename you. Okay.
that Donald Duck girl, she was
Oh
actually on point with what she was saying too.
yeah, but it was a stare for me. I was like, okay.
Yeah, she was kind of.
Very intrusive look into my eyes. Like, well,
It was
whatever.
that not for you.
Yeah.
She was right on point. Like
Mhm.
everything that was up there, pretty
Yeah.
much was on point with what they were saying.
Hmm. And then the lady, she was singing, right?
I missed that.
But it was muted. It was muted somehow. And then
Well,
Benny told her to record it and then send it to him. So he posted it.
oh, did he?
Yeah, her name's like Awaken the Art or something like that.
No, I don't know. I know. Who was it today? Somebody had this dude named Scott Skills or something
Uh huh.
on their channel, and he pencil drew a bit of Portrait of Summer,
Well, that's cool.
and it is pretty.
Yeah. They're like, you didn't make anything for summer today? I made it to all the chats. Duh. But no, I was like,
I tried
I thought I
not
was gonna draw
to.
something. Yeah, I was just
There's
joking
just
with them.
there's just some that, like, even if I am a subscriber to them, I don't go in there. Like,
Yeah, I subscribe to show the love. Yeah, I can't just sit and tolerate them. Like, you know,
Yeah,
it's like
I
I
like-
can't.
Just jump in, give them thumbs up.
yeah.
Time.
Yeah.
What I like to do though, and sometimes I won't even do that. What I like to do is just read their titles of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really, are you really gonna sit and have a conversation about some?
Right.
Some of
I
them
learned
try
for a
to
minute
do
though. Usually by the
Bernie.
time I say hi, I'm already out.
burn. Miss Joy does that sometimes.
Well,
What's
you
that?
know, I didn't tend to stay and converse, but would you just walk in somebody's house and stand there? I'm like, no.
They don't give me time to come. Like, they
I'm
seem to
telling
come
people
in
that
there.
don't do weird stuff.
walk
Don't do
away.
weird things. I have a wrench. Don't be weird. I have a wrench. I will get rid of you.
like they'll come in and like give me like 2 minutes, and if I don't say nothing, they leave, and I'm like, dude, I walked
You get
away.
started already. I'm like, whoa.
I
I've
walked
done
away.
it before, Dippy. Come in your channel and say hi and hello, and you don't respond, so I'll go out.
Nah, people. I stopped saying hi because people be getting like, dang, City, every you come to the chat and then everybody, it's like I didn't tell anyone to say hi to me. I come in with my two little peace sign, like, hey, get a
I
little
might
heart.
get a message and be like, look, I walked away. Don't leave.
Right. The
But
person
it's
you're about to
cold,
reply to is
Dippy.
no longer in the chat.
In this
Like,
kind of weather, Dippy, I can't come to your house and stand outside the door because it's
right.
cold.
That's how I be talking to people too. I'm like, oh, so y'all just gonna lock me out, right? All right, I'm just out here playing and making mud pies and stuff. It's cool. I'm just watching y'all through the window. I don't feel no type of way.
Sometimes, but sometimes I'll have my live going and I'm researching stuff on different tabs.
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
giving you views.
Well,
I'm
I
not.
usually do this. I do mine like this in Google Meet. I just link up with my peeps and watch movies, and we share screens and stuff. It's awesome.
Like that's usually what I'm doing when people come in. Either I walk away because of my dog
I'll hear.
being asses,
I know that's what you're. I know
I'm
that's what
always
you're doing a
I'm
lot.
researching stuff. Like I'll spend hours
Oh
online
yeah, man.
and
Oh,
forget that I'm live. I
it's
forget that I'm live
horrible.
by the
Yeah.
time it's joy.
I'm like, girl, I
I've
went to
walked.
sleep. I ran out of cookies and stuff. I have to go.
I
I've
can't
walked
tell you.
away from Dippy's before and come back and she'll be talking to somebody and I think, oh my gosh, did I mute my
Yeah,
I'll
no,
get up and they be like, did you go to sleep? I'm like, did you see me sleep?
I forget that I'm live sometimes though. I
Yeah,
really do.
I do too. It's just weird. Like, I'll just be like, they be like, dang, you're still up? I'm like, good morning. I'm like, you're still like, yeah, I know people's shifts be different. I'm just, look, I'm not worried about none of y'all, but I'm here if you make it here too. Then it's like, I'll let you. But I don't care about no numbers. I care about connection. Like, maybe I need all y'all. I got ADHD, right? I'll block everybody. Like, let me talk. Man, y'all got me over here. My prognosis. Y'all drive me mental. I be telling people, listen, people with mental illness was not initially the problem. It's the people around them who refuse to, admit that they got a problem. They need some help. Like, you don't need to
That's
share
right.
all that type of energy. I tell people, you gotta, I suit up around people. I'm like, one sec, I'm coming. Hold on, hold on. 1 second. They're like, what is she taking her so long? I'm like, okay, all right. Whew. Way too much human interaction for me. Like, I don't know. It's like, I don't want to go. They're like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, I don't know. It's just something like, ugh, about you. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not. It's like, it's totally you. It's not me. But, and tell people that, like, you're just not for me. Like, that's that. If people try to force their friendships and force their, collaborations and for the numbers, and like, no, you can't sit with us. We don't do that. I don't care how many followers you have. Like, I'm gonna do what I do where I'm at. Like, tell your followers to come holler at me if they want to see that. Come over here. Like, like it's like, why do you? I'm not gonna do that. If I don't like this person, just even to feel comfortable talking to, you see, whether on a platform or on a personal level, if it's that connection's not, it's like, okay, I have to go. Like, what? They're like, what happened? Nothing. And I'm not gonna give it a chance to, but like, I just rather not. Like, no. I don't need to bash you or tell you I don't like you or your content. It's just like, it's not for me. No. But if there's something there, then it just might scratch it. Who knows? I'm a Capricorn, guys. I can't help it. What's your sign, Joy?
Pisces.
You little person. Oh, Pisces. Are you a February Pisces or a March Pisces?
March.
Okay. I'll rub a little bit of that Pisces off. Yeah. Yeah. You seem pretty emotionally balanced, so that's why I was like, what part of Pisces? You sliding into that fire, huh? Like, what? I know. He's like, wait, what? Like you're cusping. You're what? You're dude. You're like, oh, like, you can't even just. Wow, how do you live with yourself? Not in a bad way. They're like, what? They're like, how'd you know that? I'm like, you just embody the whole like, water fire. Like you're just scared to tip onto yourself or just make the water too hot or just put the water. It's crazy. You're like, I don't know. It's weird. Like just shake it. Choose one. You're hot, you're cold. Well, listen to Katy Perry and then thank her later as your spirit animal. I don't know. That's the type of advice I give. And then people are like, wow, thanks. I'm just like, yeah, for sure. I mean it from my heart. But it's like, I can't tell you what to do. I can't expect for anyone to do anything but be who the hell they are. And you should never expect anything less than the next person. Period. Like, mm.
That's the way I am. That's
Yeah,
what
you have to be for your own mental sanity. I've been trying to tell people this ain't about them. I don't. They don't need to care what I think about them because I'm not. I'm not. Like that's the whole thing. If
I
people
told
walk
you,
up to me and say,
Stacy,
"So,
one
hey
of my
Joy, what do you
problems is
think
holding my
about?"
mouth, not typing what I'm thinking.
Oh man, I do that. I have that bad, and I'm like, hold on, wait. But then once I do that, guess what? I freaking forgot. I have like squirrel. I'm like, wait, what? I'll be telling people like, man, listen, I don't want to talk to you anymore because when I speak to you, if you cannot help me pick up where we left off, then I thank you for showing me that. What were you doing? Just looking, watching me talk? Because what's up? Like, why don't you know what I just said? Because you weren't listening. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people like you be tripping. Like, I'm not, but just understand that I could be like, quiet within oneself or talking to myself or just doing something for me. Like, you just wasted both of our time. Like, you should love you more. Like, don't do that to yourself. Like, no. Like, people just listen to anything. And I think that's why I like Dippy. Like, 'cause, she listened to her, but then, like, I always feel like with the past few times I heard her talk, it's like, oh, she's just kind of, I was like biting the tongue. She's like, ah. Mm, I just felt like like a slight lip bite. Just you put your head back, you shake it like, no, absolutely not. Because everything in your core being is like, mm, can we be us right now? Can we be ourselves? Yeah, let's type it. No, okay, cool. Yes, yeah. Jesus loves you. For real, for real. Like I'm not playing. They're like, well, I'm saving souls by just staying in the chat. And I mean that because it's just certain things, people will provoke you. It's like, oh, she's too calm. She's too calm. Like, she can't be that calm. Like, there's no way you're that. Like, yes, I am. And the problem with that is that you don't see that when I get there, I'm going to calmly whoop your ass because I'm calm. I just told you that. Like, what did you thought you were doing? Like, people are so weird. I don't understand them. Like, ugh. What you put? What's that? I'm so greedy. I'm like, is that like Skittles or something? I just hear candy port or something. I don't know. I'm sitting here smoking a blunt, eating lollipops, like rocking back and forth. You guys wondering? Yeah, it's both on camera. It's not really like. Sorry. Have you guys ever seen a bouquet of lollipops?
Lollipops?
Like blow pops. They're awesome.
It's a what?
It's a bouquet of blow pops. And guess what, guys? I have no cavities at all. I eat chips and candy all day, and a lot of food too. Yeah, that's my addiction. That's my addiction. But I just eat like they're like, how are you not big as a house? Like because I was fat and then I'm not and I won't be. Like period. I said that.
Wait a minute. You said it's a blue what?
It's a blow pop bouquet.
A blow pop bouquet.
Mhm.
All different kind of blow pops. Yeah, I've had that.
Wait, you said what?
Like all different flavors.
Oh yeah, I thought you said you've never had a blow pop before. I was like, what?
I said I've had one before
Where?
because
What?
my my sister for my birthday every year she used to make me one up of just cherry and blue raspberry.
Mm.
because
Yeah,
they're
that's
the
funny. I
ones.
pick out my candies too. I put the ones that I don't really want. It's just like in a last resort type of jar. It's just like a trail mix of a bunch of like, you
Yeah,
got
I like
those.
the raspberry, blue raspberry, the cherry, and the green apple.
Oh, that's crazy. It's like this one's for you. It's got the blue raspberry and some cherry, green apple, watermelon, and strawberry. This is the package, and they got the grape one in the corner. Hello? Why they playing with me? What? This is beautiful. I don't want to eat it anymore. Let me check
Um,
the other package.
Miss Joy, have you heard anything more about that Oakley girl?
Now my son called me from FaceTime me from Georgia this evening, so I was late getting on, and I went straight to Prayer Gardens for that birthday thing, and then I come straight over here.
Mm,
I seen that for the first time on your page when I came to sub to you, Tippy. I had never even seen that little girl before.
yeah, the little girl. She,
What do you think of
about
the
her age, she's 5'2".
Oh my gosh. What? That's ridiculous. But that guy who shot that mom, he took her out of her house at gunpoint in front of her kids and then went like,
No, well, no. From what I understand, is he lured her
well,
to where?
yeah, well, yeah. But that's just like, but I was like, what? It's like 30 rounds? Why? Why? What would make you do that to someone? There's no reason to shoot anything that many times. Like, dude, like that's crazy. Like that couldn't have been just a person that was just like, well, I'm gonna shoot somebody today. Well, first person who's got a blue door, they're out of here. Like, what? Is this how we're choosing it? Like that poor lady and the kids called the bakery and thing. I was like, oh my gosh. And then I seen the baby Kennedy, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't. This other baby, that baby had 90 broken bones.
Oh my
I was
god.
like 60.
Oh,
I was
she was
like,
5, not 4. Yes, I said
no,
she.
oh really? She was really cute. All the kids are so beautiful. It's so. But this baby was a baby, and I guess the mom and the boyfriend beat the baby, and they had like 60 broken bones or something of the sort.
Oh yeah, I seen that on the AFC today.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, what? Please, like, can I blink and not see none of this? Like, cause I need that. Cause like, what? I didn't just see what I just saw. Like, there's no way that this is where we're at in life. Like,
Oh, he.
by the masses.
But see, the ones that the AFC does has
Mhm.
they're not publicized like some
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
and
I watched him and the Trey King. There's a Trey Smith. I don't know. He's like real light skinned. It's like glow in the dark, like
uh-huh.
real shiny.
Yeah,
He's
Trey from
country.
Georgia or Alabama, something
Is
like
he
that.
from Alabama or Texas? Man, I love him.
Yeah,
It's just
like
'cause he's so
I'm
country
super. What did you say? Suspend. I am doing suspended.
entirely.
I don't know, like in the beginning of his thing. So
Yeah, he
I'm
was like, and we're gonna talk about it
blessed.
entirely. He was like, this old 15-year-old, I look every bit of 47 ass in the face, boy. Look like he. I mean, like, well, he's mad. But
There's,
anyway,
there's
we
another
gonna
one I watched.
like what? Who is it?
Uh, Carlos King or something like that.
Carlos King? I know I watched End of Sentence
Mm-mm.
with T90 Jake.
I really like the AFC because he does ones that we've never even heard of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does kids. He does. Yeah, he's really good for the kids. But I like Trey for when I just want to know something in general. Like
Yeah,
he
well,
has a lot of cases.
he does a lot of the ones like Christina Randall does.
Yeah, and that's where like Jake and Christina, they're friends. But he does like all like the the underground rappers and like the hood stuff. Like
Mhm.
it's like, oh, okay, so that's like probably the stuff your sons will be watching. Like, mom, the YG 27 got shot. Yeah, like, oh, okay, well, baby, figure out
Yeah.
how. Figure out how. That's the goal. Okay, you're not watching it to do it. It's we're gonna be okay. All right, like, yeah, you gotta set some intention when you sit them down in front of them things. Like,
I
Don't
like
do that.
AFC, you can say. And then again, here's the boyfriend. Where did they find them at?
Right?
Man, right. Seriously, you know how many times I was like, just right now when you said that, I just like scratched the side of my face. Like, no, really, like,
You
what?
just say that.
I didn't even understand it. And then the reasonings is crazy. Like, oh, DeQuante beat baby Tyrell because he tripped over his PlayStation controller. Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Did you really hurt it?
Right. It's like, even if it don't pause, I'm about to slow that. Wait, come bring that back because I can't even move forward, process that with my own mind. Like,
I
and
can't.
this is
I'm
what?
like baffled how many parents actually really hurt their babies.
Yeah, yeah, you know, it's because that's how I got into true crime. It's like, I'll be telling people it's my business. But no, I was talking about my stepson earlier, but there's more to that is that, I was whatever, well, I wasn't there, but my wife she had left me to go back to, I guess I just figured it out, she's like an ex addict. But anyway, she went back to one of her other exes, and yeah, ex spouse, I'm not gonna text these things to her. I just have to vocalize it, so I do. But so when she got there, and then she was back with that girl, whatever, and then she left from out here, and she went up to um, Illinois or whatever, and then that was like December, and then lo and behold, February 23rd, he's dead. It's like he wasn't even up there for 2 months, dude. Like he wasn't even up there for 2 months, dude. Like my baby, he was 3 years old, bro. Like he got what, dude? He got beaten to death. Like I don't understand. Like and he didn't get that. Like I have the paper from DCS like literally on my desk, like at my foot, where it's like, please explain this. Like you can't. No one can. I don't even get it. Like and just my wife, whatever, she's going through other things like electronic monitor, and I'm like, so like what? And she's like, she has to testify and things, but like I'm like, I can't even be comfortable with knowing you until I know, like like I just everything in my core beings, like we don't bless demons. Like I can pray for you, but like I can't. You didn't. Like and it was really hard, but I just like stuck it out to be there for her and things. But she ended up going to prison. Like 3 years into it, I was like, wait, what? Huh? She go, wait, what? Oh, I don't know nobody out here. Like I can't wait, what?
That'd be a lot.
I just passed out, because they were like, she's supposed to do 15 years, basically 10 for one charge, 5 for another, but to do them, not simultaneously, actually like co-consecutively, like do your 10 and then do your 5 type, like,
So
oh
they're not doing it consecutively. They're doing it concurrently.
yeah, that one. Yeah, I was like, there's another one. I was digging for it. But I was like, but she didn't even like, so the other girl, like, you guys spend 2.5 years trying to figure out what happened. So, I guess that was like her leadway or whatnot. And so she was just like, well, she had to testify against her, but it's like, but you weren't home, right? Like, that's what he said. But then, like, me being me, it was like, I couldn't even really look how my body just wanted to, just you react and you don't like, why your face look like that? You're like what? Like you're looking at me, you tell me. Show me the face. Like what the hell? That's our disadvantage. We'll never see our own faces. That's why we need you fuckers around us. Hello. Pay attention. Like but it's so she was saying like she was at work, whatever. She went to go to work and then she was at work for like maybe an hour. Then she got the phone call to come home because he fell down the steps. And when she got there, he wasn't at the bottom of the steps. He was upstairs in the bed, like wet and foaming at the mouth. And then she's like, she was screaming at her, "Don't touch her!" I'm like, "Bitch, fuck all that. This is what's my? What do you mean, don't touch him? This is my child." But she never called the police. My wife called the police when she got there and just was like, "Where are they coming?" She's like, "No, I didn't call them." She's like, "Well, who the hell are you on the phone with?" Like this is what she told me. I'm just trying to bring some personality to it. uh and it's like, well, okay, and then what? Like, so you called them, and then she says that She was wondering why they weren't resuscitating him and things like that, and they weren't trying. And she's like, the paramedic like pushed back to him, was like, because he's dead, that's why. Like, it's like really rude. But then I'm like, okay, boom, red flag, not okay. And then like you had personnel pull up, like personnel, like where you guys famous or who's your daddy? Like I personnel. There's no 911 call, just regular civilian. It's going to have personnel come to them. Like it actually is a little like little 8x8 type. It says personnel in it. Like that's not an ambulance. Stupid. Like
Yeah.
What?
what is exactly right? So I haven't been tripping, right? Because I don't talk to people about it, but you guys seem like you get you guys can actually listen and understand that, and not need to jump in like, oh yeah, because me it's like, God. I try to tell people what brings me here with such passionate things. It's like this, my baby. But right. So am I wrong about the personnel thing?
Yeah, very. Like, no, there is no. What the fuck is a personnel man?
Like me, when I think personnel, I'm thinking like military police, military ambulance.
No, because then
Like
that would be MP.
right, that's true
It'd
too.
be an NPE EMT.
Yeah,
Now,
because this one looks like a little U-Haul, and it says personnel.
No, that's nothing to do with government or
Right,
federal.
right. So also, there's like a couple of people, and there wasn't even an actual cop car. There was like they pulled up after the fact. Then there was a coroner there, and there was some lady there. She said that she was a friend of the cop, and she just tagged along to pray for them. But like, why are you in a cop car? You're not a cop, and why do you have two people who were the only people here with him in the same car together? What
Why
that
do
what
why is there even other people on the scene
exactly? But this is the thing
that are
too.
in that field?
Thank you. So it lets I don't know where you guys live, but like we have like jurisdictions. I think that's probably everywhere. I believe.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so, if I'm out of like say if I'm in like Purple County, you know what I mean, and you're in like Pink City or something. It's like if I'm over there, I'm not going to get your call on dispatch unless they call for all units to pull the fuck up. Like it's not going to happen. Like if I call you, it's like, well, you need help over here, or you want us to transfer where you what? It's like same thing with Donnie. I'm like, okay, so you have to transfer to, but still, the cop guy is in the parking lot right before my wife goes to work. So when she leaves to work, I guess he was parked in the church's chicken parking lot. So his fat ass says, and then sorry, she went in the store and this is stupid, but she bought some cigarettes and some eyelashes or whatever.
What?
I'm saying I had this like it was like
His obsession with
You
these
probably added that
fake
all night.
no,
eyelashes.
I swear, I'll show you the article, like the one article that exists. Like she really, that's what she went in the store for, right?
Oh my
But
god.
when she was a stripper, I guess she
Oh,
felt like she needed them. Yeah, she was on the sneaky link to the pole, and I was like, oh, enough is enough. Anyway, so she's walking to work, whatever, like we're down to the stuff. So boom, an hour later when the call comes in, right, quote unquote, guess who's at the house? Old Fatty from Church's Chicken, right? And he'll say like, "Oh, I'm so glad that I was just the first officer on the scene. Well, when I got that call, you did not get the call, motherfucker. Was it personal? Like what? Oh, just
so
no. Don't pay attention
how
to
did
it,
you
right?
know it?
Or don't pay attention to the fact that the landlord was supposed to be at a seminar, like cities away, but he got home in less than 30 minutes from 6, 7 hours away. It's like, whoa, go, speed racer. Hello. Where the fuck were you? Like, because you were not out of town. So when she called him, he came like straight to the house, but he was supposed to be out of town. And that was weird to me. And the whole personnel thing, right? So, boom. Here comes City. Like, I'm not nosy, but I'm very like, uh, okay, listen, you're gonna make it make sense, or I'm gonna dig deep. But how you wanna do it? Either way, tell me what I know. They're like, what? Like, just do it because, like, that's how the body works. I won't accept the answer or feel comfortable feeling it's right. Like, if I didn't already know that, it's just you're just confirmation. Thank you. You're not smart. Like, I do that, but that's just how you got to treat people. So then, like, well, if it wasn't for me, like, shut up. No, that's not true. He was lying, and then they retracted his interviews. Right? The guy who was driving the personnel truck, quote unquote, he was cockeyed. Right? This matters for a reason, you guys. Okay, sit up there. But his name was Smith, and they called him the nurse cop. They used to, well, from his other job. He's kind of like Ernie Shell vibe. He's got occupations. Whatever. Believe him. Fuck it. But my wife said she seen him and she kind of like was shook. She described him to me and like I used to work for Ellie, so like I still have my, I was full of sketch like that. She's like, yeah, whatever. So okay, we do recognition. He pulls up, and sure enough, like you see like a military like stickers, and then you see like a nurse badge, and then you see like a police thing, and then it says like nurse cop. And she was telling me about a time where he followed her from the club, and then pulled her over like right when she got on the street where she was about to park on. Like basically, she's getting arrested outside the house, looking at the house for like what? Like that makes no sense. And then shortly after that, that the incident happened. So I was like, well, if she's just in the window, just watching you get arrested, and you didn't do anything, like that's kind of awkward, don't you think? Like whatever. I feel like maybe they were maybe some time leadway in between, like like she can't come in yet or something like I don't know because she was watching AJ while my wife was at work or whatever. But I'm like, if you're not with someone and you're feuding, why would you leave your child with them? If someone beat you and things like that, why would you leave your child with them?
True.
But I'm not. But you can't play victim to the fact that they beat you too. Like, okay, stupid. I'm what? I can't sugarcoat these words for you. And no, I don't think you're stupid. I know you're not. That's why I'm saying that. So let's go. Prove us both wrong. We don't have time for that. Like I've been there, But so she was leaving him there, and I guess that she gave him beer and things like that. Like he had alcohol in his system and things like that. Um, and I just someone who falls down the steps, they're not going to have lacerations in their throat. They're not going to have, a multitude of bruises by the time frames. They're not going to have broken ribs. Like and then they just cop out with oh blunt force trauma to the skull. That's what you guys said, and then that wasn't true. I have the paperwork, like actual. So like you guys missed so much. All you guys said was that you guys quickly knew that it wasn't just he fell down the steps. So it was like her versus her, whatever. And still to this day, like I don't know, but I know that I advocated for her. I spent resources, so she only did 3.5 years out of her 15 and things. They got her appeals and things. And then yeah, it's just she got out and she was herself. She went back to her other ex, and that was last year. And I haven't really talked to her besides a few times that she wanted to come be abusive, and I just it's whatever. But yeah, so AJ, I don't feel has got justice still because the other girl she gets out at sometime like this summer. Like that's not. I don't. How is that okay? Like we got one article, and then another one who put that same one out. Like that's crazy, and that was just okay. And when I look at these records from DCHS and things like that, what I see like how is this? Oh, what? This should have been the main and only thing smacked on the front of it. Like, yo, come find out about this. Like, because this is not okay. It's not normal. And then the whole description of the scene, like, do you think I'm stupid or like what? Because if he was eating his noodles when you left in the hallway or whatever, and when you come back, they're spilled on the floor behind a door or something like that, but he fell down the steps. Like, what was he like, noodle sliding? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? How is that? That tells you right there that he was startled. Like, he jumped. And if he did fall down the steps, that's because he ran the fuck out the room when whoever else walked in, or from out the bathroom door. It's like, come on now, like you never played like Who Done It or something, like God, like. And she just let them like just do whatever in the case. So I'm like, dude, like you're acting crazy. You're not acting like someone who's grieving to me. Like you're acting like exactly how they want you to prove that you're not. But it's crazy. She's like really abusive, just like really, just like every time. I've never even knew anything about that. I learned every type of abuse possible, like down to spiritual. And I was like, what? That exists? Like, girl, my soul won't even speak to me. What have you done? But it's like, nope, I got to take it up with me. But it's just so bothersome that like I have his ashes and everything. It's just the connection I have to him. Even though he was young, I didn't get that many years in his life. But just the time that I did, and just when I would talk to him on the phone still after we had separated that time, it's just like it's not okay. Like it's not that baby. There was no reason. Like he was clearly getting beat. Like it wasn't just that moment. You didn't just, oh, I hit my head. Now let me fall down the steps. But if he was standing behind the door, what was he in the corner? Was he in the corner? Because how the hell do you hit the back of his head to the point of blunt force trauma, and that's the initial cause of death? None of that makes sense. Like nothing that like what? And then so like her attorney didn't want me to come to court with her anymore because I kept like whoa, like that's not like what? Why would you think that'll be okay? Like, but this and that. Like, I paid you, but that's aside the point. You work for us, like you know what I mean. So if she calls you and tells you that this is bothering her, then you write it down and you look into it. You don't tell her. Well, I don't really think that's important. I don't know if you like. Well, I don't really think we need to worry about that. Like, what? And that's what she was doing, and it was weird because the attorney approached her at the jail, and she didn't have any friends or nobody out there, so that was weird. She said your friends hired me for you, and then told her that she had twins the same age as AJ, and that one of them recently had a fall, but it wasn't face. She knows how she feels and all this stuff. And then next thing you know, it's like, well, if the friends paid you, then what? So her grandma put like a $300 down, but I ended up paying her off in full. And she's like, you didn't do anything. You just walked her into her cell, basically. But so I dug deep and come to find out that the landlord, the church's chicken cop, the nurse cop, they were all in the military together back in the day. They all went to high school together. They're in a motorcycle club together. Um, and that fat church chicken cop is married to the chief of a whole nother jurisdiction's police system, and his daughter is the state's circuit clerk. Yeah, and they're all on the board for like treasury and things. And I was like, wow, look at this whole little. Whew. Yeah, basically they weren't really feeling me much. They were. I was like, oh, you guys are following. That's cute. Like, yeah, it's just you should probably leave me alone. I'm not. So yeah, I skipped out. I dipped out. They were not really liking me. But it's like I told my wife, you got to hang tight because the worst thing you can do with a corrupt system is try to go against them when they have your loved one in their hands. Like that's not smart. But. So yeah, no justice for AJ. He didn't fall down the steps. So. What do you think?
So, did she go to jail for any of that?
Yeah, but so initially she got arrested, right? But they were in there waiting for a court date, whatever. They got arrested together, and she's saying that she didn't find out that he didn't fall down the steps until maybe like 2 weeks later or so when they had court. So she says that she was like screaming like, oh, so my baby didn't fall down the steps. Like she said that she was saying that like dramatically, whatever, when they were like listing like some of his contusions and bruises and broken bones and just the damage to his body, like. And they were just like, this doesn't seem like an accident or things like that, like, so who's covering for who type, whatever. And I was like research too, and I was like, well, like you kind of went into work at will that day. And she's like, oh, so you're against me, like you're just like them. I'm like, no, but I'm just like, I'm saying, like, I'm gonna prepare you for what they're gonna say. Like these things matter. Like if you didn't have work that day and you just went into work and then you were at work for an hour and then got called back to the house because of you know what I mean? Like, and then you got to think about it. What's your Google history? Like, I know that how to speed up the temperature on the body, to prolong the time or things of that nature. Yeah, but think about it. You have a 3-year old in Illinois. It's snowing and the body's wet for whatever reason. I guess she tried to dunk him to get him to wake back up or something. That's yeah, or something of the sort. She was splashing him and things, and uh, yeah, he didn't get up or whatever. And but my thing was, if he fell down the steps, why would you move him? But found out later after asking the right questions and things that he didn't. She said that she did hit him, whatever. This is what the ex girlfriend said. Um, T, we'll call it T. That she hit him, but she said that and she had never said this part before because she changed her story like 6 different times. I watched the Discovery packet and she just kept changing it. And she's like, no, actually, I think what I did was, no, he was like this. And she was just like, I'm like, this girl, she's psychotic. Is she serious right now? Just like with the pure face, like, no, baby, like this. Well, I don't know what I did, but whatever I did, it was an accident. You said that for 2.5 years. And she waited till the day that it was supposed to, the day before trial to say that she wanted to take a plea. And then so after that, it was like they kind of tell my wife, like, well, we don't need you no more. Like, you were supposed to testify for us to, lessen your whatever, but she just took a plea. So now you're on your own. Because they told her that they couldn't do anything with her until they sentenced, the other girl. So it's like, so she waited all that long time and then she took a plea. So now you're just like up for grabs. And I paid off her ankle monitor, everything. Like you're $5 a day. You're already like 7 months behind because your attorney told you don't pay it. Yeah, yeah. And then the judge, he just got this man was like 86, and out of nowhere he just gets disbarred because they found heroin in his whatever that's called that they sit in up there. But it's like he's 86. He doesn't fucking need any help going to sleep. Like I don't even like. Come on, guys. Like he's never done anything of the sort. Nothing like ever. Like how is that okay? But then your black ass attorney just happens to be a previous narcotics detective who just happened to just roll over here to just do some civil family shit. Like right. And no, none of this is any accident. I told her that's like you're so like not smart. Like, but you should be like you're a Gemini. You've got 2 different fucking brains, bro. Like you guys are born crazy, but just superpower type if you can control it. But it's like and you just don't know nothing about the one thing that is shattered so many. Like you should be on top of it, but no, you're just and always ask us. Well, ask this person. Like no, you tell me. I don't need to ask anybody how you were, and I don't need to see any picture. That means nothing to me. Well, look at these pictures. You ever heard of perfect mom syndrome? They smile and then go fucking slaughter their kids. Like what? It's a real thing. Like there's no sugarcoating it. Like it's just like that. You appear to be the perfect mom, but that's probably the only time you see them is when you take those pictures in transition or picking them up or dropping them off. You know, and I told her, I was like, I feel like, I told God before I met her, like, I don't know what it is that you're preparing me for. Because I know they say, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But why would anyone need to be this strong, God? Whatever it is, I don't want it. Not knowing that you've already chosen. Like, oh, yeah. And it's still hell, it was like, what in the world? Like, I told her, it's like, you have to just murder your energy in so many ways that, like, what? Like, you can kill someone and they can still be physically here with the vessel that they contract to adhere to. But in the soul, in the self that I knew, that person doesn't exist anymore. Like, and it's like, oh, and it's sad. It should never be in the hands of someone else. But, just to have no type of remorse or just that level of just desolate morbidity, like just like what's wrong with you, and it's everything but her. And I was like, I just pray for her because it's like I don't know what happened, and it's really like driven me crazy for years, you know. And it's like I don't really know what happened you know, to this baby. It's just like it's my guy. Like it doesn't matter if I was there, all 3 years of his life and things. It doesn't matter. My connection is mine. It's very well who I am. Everything. Like we had that bond. I built it on my own before I was even, actually in anything serious with her. I just loved him. Like he was just like, look at you, you little funny looking self. But he was just the sweetest little boy ever. It's just like I don't understand. I don't. And I was really shy of things like this because of it triggered me like to the point of like but then I felt selfish like no, like you don't use your compassion all for self because that just becomes a burden, like just and then I just want to understand, but it's just like I don't. So then it's like, well, I'm gonna put you through it. You know, that's the only way you're gonna understand. You ask me for understanding, I'm gonna give you experience. Like that's just how I feel. Like people are like, well, why would you think? Well, because I have to be grateful for everything, like even what I consider nothing. And that's also my discernment and just understanding that my position in this world is going to shift. As am I. As no, God didn't create us to be complacent in anything. So, as soon as I get comfortable in my best believe, like, you got to do better. You just outdo you. And I, man, so I did. I hopped on some, listenings, and it's like, oh, I got to click out. I can't stay. I'm sorry, guys. And then it's like, no, like, I felt selfish. It's like, no, like, you need to try to think what these kids, felt if they're scared, if they're lost, like, they don't know anything. Or what about these parents and things, that's, I have a daughter, and so it's like, that's just like a driving force, like, and then people know I don't care for the numbers, I don't care for that. It's like I want to ask the questions that I don't know if you guys are afraid or you don't understand how much they matter, and really think about what you're going to say. Like, you don't have to hop on the first panel, like maybe fill them out and then get you some questions together, have them ready, because that's what you really need to know, and you feel like you need to know so you can apply it to something positive and a mitigated factor that's going to help, not just give you views or anything. Like, come on. There's so many other things you could be playing with. Don't pick this one. It's like it's not a game. Like I just really get bothered by just the lackluster of, the seriousness or just respect, honestly. Like any life that exists it's worth it. Like you can't choose which one's your favorite and which ones you want to care about more. We can't do that. And hell, they do that with publicizing them. And the world is just, it's just so like, yeah, like that, like whatever that means. It's just, it just sucks. Like every day you wake up, it's the energy these days for me. It's like, fuck, like crossing my fingers, like who's next, but please nobody, like but uh, it's like how can you not prepare yourself for everything that you don't want to face? Like I did that with my grandmother, and like I'll never be the same. Like I thought that woman was gonna live forever for some reason because she's been grown since I was a kid. Like, but I now I see things just differently, and I had to really see him. And pain will change you. Uh, I just wish that he got actual justice, or at least like just people who actually cared about him, and not to shame her and them or being same sex or anything of the sort. And that it was just like, wow, that's crazy. Not even a picture of him. You cannot even, that's not even a picture. Not a blurry one, not a tiny one. Like, damn, y'all couldn't even put a picture of him in the paper, like online at least. No. But y'all want to add in that she was a stripper and all things like that, right? All right. Or, but like, why? It's like that's what matters.
We can get his name out there and put his story out there for you if you would like.
Yeah, and it's just like it just sucks because it's like, and I see it every day, like in these cases. So a lot of times, like the ones who do them personally, they'll like be like, "You okay, city?" Like, yeah, I'm cool. It's just like like and then it puts me back to remember just like her actions or certain things, and it's like, dude, like I am legally married to this. I don't know, and like I don't like, because you are evil and you've been given so many chances, and this is what you choose to do with them. Like, but you don't down who you depend on, and you don't hurt who was sent here to help you. You don't do that. And people don't. It's not a. You don't should never have an ideation of what anything of that sort looks like. You just accept it when it's there. You don't pick and choose who gets to adhere to what you want. That's not a blessing. That's a command. Like, that's a, like you do. You need to learn how to take care of you. Like what? How do you wake up and say like, oh, what? You're just gonna take care of me, or otherwise, then you don't want me. Like, you're right. That's what I got on kids. Like, but it's crazy. This world is so crazy. And I'm not that old, but I mean, I just still feel out of place. Like, I was born in the wrong, like, everything, the wrong dimension, the wrong like, man. It's there's no age limit on anything anymore. These kids are killing. The kids are just like, what? The victims are getting younger and younger. The suspects getting younger and younger, older, or just more normal looking, whatever that means. It's like, man, what are we really fighting for here? What are our odds? What are we putting out there? Like, okay, I don't feel the need to tell you what you've already seen. Let's, like, what's that man's name with with the curly afro perm? What's his name? Richard or something like that. He used to paint. Oh my
Oh,
gosh, with
Bob
the
Ross.
watercolors. Is that
Bob,
him? Yeah, let's be that guy.
we used to watch him all the time.
Yeah, he was so calming, right? And then he had his like evil twin, like what was his name? Richard Simmons.
I
And
used to
one
go
and two. Come on,
watch
guys,
him all
let's
the
do
time.
it. Like, dude, that man made me like, oh, hi, knees. And two, like, oh no, no. I don't know if they're really twins, but they had the same perm, so I just felt like it. But and that's why I try to ask people. Some people get offended, but it's not to offend people. It's just like, maybe you don't know. Maybe you're not asking yourself the right questions. And I appreciate when whoever delivers those, like, oh, I didn't know I needed to know that. Thank you. Huh. Cool. What's up? I don't know where to store it yet, but I'm gonna process that when I have time. That's why I wrote it down. But I have to set it up like that because, like, I know that a lot of people just want to be heard, and that's how the things go haywire. And we have that many people, on a panel or in a chat. It's like, wait, what? And then you're gonna have the people like, are you ignoring it? Like, girl, do you see this shit? Clearly, you ain't watching nobody's comment, but yours disappeared. That's why you don't see everything else. Like, no, I didn't ignore you. It's not there yet. Like, it's not worth just stopping and verbalizing. Honestly speaking. If we have a focus here, then let's stay focused, which is not you, and I'm not wrong for that. I always have to say that, which is because, like, I know people, but, like, no, I really try to stick to the cause but no topic. You know what I mean? Like, just come up here and tell a story, like, what's going on in your neighborhood. I was like, that's what I want. Next live, like, tell me what's going on around you, or what's going on near your loved ones, where they're at. Is there any connection? Why aren't you interested in those things? Is it localized? Is it just like, oh, somebody just went on a bucket spree? Like, what do we have to look at what's going on here, and not just say like, oh, somebody else got killed, like, oh, they robbed them, like, wow, just like that, a shrug of a shoulder, huh? On about your day. It's like, so society's not teaching anyone how to care or just really be responsible with their responsibilities or anything of the sort. They're just teaching you fear and divide. Like, well, all right, it's $100. You gotta fight for it. What? Then people will beat each other's ass, and then you know what? I'm gonna rip it in half and be like, well, y'all better make up if y'all want to spend this 100 because that was not okay. They'd be like, what? I did over dollars. It's downtown. They're like, why did you do that? Like, because they need to understand. They need to understand. That's not okay. What'd you both $1? Because I told them it was $1 before he started doing the moonwalk and fighting and shit. Like, that's why. Like, But it's just so many things in life, and I just look at my own things. And it's like, well, how can I bring this to other people, and how can how do I even know that it matters? And then that's the thing, you don't get to pick and choose what matters to anyone. So I tell everybody, you see, I just speak me, and if you can connect to it, then grab on. We'll go around a few loops, and then you top off where you get off at, and then maybe I'll see you again. And that's in conversations, that's in life, that's just whatever. Like, hey, go live, go grow, go build something to talk about. Like, maybe I'm just really deep into my sacred solitude I've built, but uh, yeah, I was this person. I couldn't be by myself. I couldn't do anything. And then I fell really bad into addictions that took like pretty much 5 years of my life. And I just like I'm not making it out of this. I didn't think I was making it out of this marriage. I mean, I'm still in it, but I'm not going through the daily just verbal abuse, just the physical. It's just like, oh, come on, like this is ridiculous. Like I've never even seen anything like this, and you say some of the most vile, inhumane things that I've ever heard any human utter out of their mouth, especially to their spouse, especially to their character. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? You don't think those things make me wonder about you? If you can just snap that fast, like for nothing, like, well, that was my son. Okay, well, I'm your wife. And then she would say things like, well, the difference between me and him is that he was a kid and I have a choice to fight back, so that I'm just a punk. Like, I'm not a punk, I'm not a coward, and I'll beat your ass. That's why I won't. You're welcome. Like, oh, I'm not here to fight you. Like, like, who does that? Like, why are you trying to force me to fight all the time? Or, like, if I don't fight you back, then you just sort of just continue to just hit me and stuff like you have problems. Like, this woman kicked me in my face, like, into the tub, like, off the edge of it. Like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, stuff like that. So I can't not consider her being, possibly like violent in a rage or something. Mm-hmm. But she ain't my problem. Only on paper. I rebuke every part of that demon. Hmm.
So did she go back to the ex that happened to the kid, or a different one?
She went back to a different one. Yeah, transgender. I'm like, oh, both of you guys hate yourselves. Great. And you're both Geminis. Great. The day that thing doesn't take its hormones, like, sorry. But I don't like, oh, we're gay. Like, yeah, but I would never, ever do that to myself. Like, I understand having more, masculine energy, but understanding that you are a woman, and I don't get along with a lot of, you know, whatever letter of the group they choose, because it's like you don't have to do that. It's not that's crazy. If you have to do all that to be what you consider comfortable in your life, then that's you don't get it at all.
That's
You
right.
don't get it. And it's sad to me. Like, and people don't I feel like what? I'm like the LGBTQC whatever the hell lowercase. It's like why do you guys keep adding on more and more? It's like, oh well, you didn't fit in there. Okay, we'll make this for you. And it's like it's kind of like not even optional anymore. Like all these kids and it's like, yeah, let your kids be themselves. Let them have gender fluidity, but understand that's an energy. But understand that kids are cruel. Children are cruel to other children. And when your child goes to school feeling free and happy, as you let them, they may not come home. And if they do, they may not ever be the same because you didn't protect your child for that. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know. They could lash out and just, go to jail or juvie for how they reacted to another student after not knowing how to, face those things. You can dress like that, but let me just tell you like this, and that. Maybe teach your child discretion and understand it's not for everybody to see. That's your thing. That's your thing that you have to be happy with. That and eventually you'll find someone who is also happy with letting you be happy with that on you guys' own time. When you go out into the world, you have to understand that there's so many eyes, so many perspectives, so many mentalities that you don't know. And you don't want to be the one to trigger someone who's just hateful for no reason. And That's why I tell people, it's like, you guys got to really just understand that the reason why you exist and you're so important because only you can be you, bro. Like, seriously, that's your main just superpower in this world. Yourself. No one else can do that but you. So it's like conformity, I can't do that anymore, Like, I was weird when I stopped being myself because y'all kept telling me I was weird. Like, you're weird. Like, like, no. And that's the best thing. So if I encounter people's path, I sometimes it's like, ugh, mm. But I tell everybody, I do what I do simply because I can, not because I want to. Damn sure not because you asked me to. Don't have to. Again, don't want to. Like, but I don't want to have to explain that because I know that we are judged by, oh, y'all still don't see it, right? The magnitude of our hearts. That doesn't mean paint a big heart on your face or your lips or, like, you guys are just stupid. It is so sad. Like, oh gosh, look at the selection. Like, hmm, well, what level of fuck do I want to be? I'll take the mid grade. Like,
Yeah.
like, but it's like wow because it's. I told them yesterday that money is not the root of all evil. Greed is, and it's become just such a horrible thing that it's just so widespread. And I think with the whole pandemic and the whole like unemployment things, people got comfortable and they're nothing because someone else is giving them something. And then now when that gets cut short, now they're like, oh well, I'm a, I don't, I'm gonna get it how I get it because I've got used to that. But things it's like, but you should care who you take from and understand. What about them? What about what they actually need it for?
It's
You
true.
know, and people's like, what? Like you don't think about that, and you would be the one to shield something that you stole from someone else. Like that's crazy. What about the balancing acts of you guys' lives, and where's your compassion? I wish you had compassion, therefore, that you could get retribution. Because guess what? You heartless motherfuckers don't see nothing wrong with what you do, and that's why you're still scot free. That's why you're still accumulating whatever it is that you are because you feel vindicated and you feel like you're right. So guess what? Who's the energy to, energy? Yeah, it's that. The universe is not going to come tell you otherwise. They're not. They're going to reward the energy you put out there that you truly believe. I can't say, oh, hey, Joya, I'm feeling great today, but I really want to fucking die. It's like, wait, whoa, whoa. Um, that was kind of strong. The energy is going to be picked up of that. So you're going to continue to live in morbidity and just like, because your true vibration and what you really want is not what you spoke out. The universe doesn't speak English. The hell? No, only we do. That's weird as Americans. Like, like, what is that? That's a whole nother of mine. But you know what I mean? I tell people stop being so amped to make a scene. Say your prayers amongst you and your higher power. Save your intimacy for just that intimate setting, that moment to where it matters. To you guys, not who saw you. Like what are y'all really doing things for? And people are like, well, see, this is why I can't stand you. Like, that's fine. That's fine. That I'm not going to be around you because I'm very absorbent, and you're just like, mm-mm, no. You're like drinking rotten juice. Like, who's going to do that willingly? Like, no, it's no point. People will force you, like, well, because I know you. Well, when I met you, it wasn't spoiled. Like, okay. But, and it's like people will really throw so many things out there at us, and it's like, now here comes resentment because I really can't stand you, but you just made me feel bad for wanting to, just not be with you. And then it's like, what? No, I'm tripping. Like, I don't have to tell you nothing. When you see me leave, you know, and just know I know too. Even if I don't, I don't care to anymore. Like, that's it. Like, what? You know, you don't get those type of chances. I tell people all the time, when you done, girl, leave. Ain't no talking. Like, I'm doing what I need to do for me. And the more you question me about that, the less you have a chance of being around when I come about it, what I gotta do. Like, so, and why are you rushing me? Like, you want me to go through this again? Like, it's you don't want me to get my shit together. You just want that so you can get shit from me. So no, I'm gonna take my time on this one. And it's like, who are you to tell me that I'm not worth my own time? Like what? Mm-mm. You know? And a lot of people were scared to say that to people. It's like, well, I don't want to lose friends. They're not your friends. Duh. Like, but, again, the childhood is so important. It'll shape you, even if you don't know it. You don't have to remember that. It will really shape you. And I tell people, try to think back. I do therapies and things. I have people get a notebook, clean one, and write on there from, your first memory that you can actually remember. And what age were you? Okay, so leave like 2, 3 empty pages in between. I don't know how graphic everyone is, but so on those pages you're gonna write down each year of your life up until now, and write down everything that you can actually remember when you focus only on that age. Because I guarantee you, you know everything that's ever happened in your life, but when you are submerged by your surroundings and everyone else's shit, you don't know shit about you, and it's okay because you went to school maybe 13 years if you started in pre-K and learned about everyone's business but your own. But you can't use that as a crutch. I'm not going to accept that. And that's sad in school. Like, well, what about me though? Okay. Well, what the hell is George Washington or what they going to do for me in this? Okay. Cool. Like, like what are they learning?
True.
There's so many things like this. People like get petitions. It's like it's like so many, and maybe some people are feeling like nervous, so they try to cram a bunch of things onto one petition. But no, if you really want that, you're gonna have to get that, and it's going to be an individual focus. Because if you stood forward one time, in this instance, we broke this whole down because it needs to be looking at like that. Stop looking at things as a whole, and really learn to hand people things individually, so there's no room for confusion, and then you put the pieces together. Use that for everything you do, and it'll be easier. Like, just tell people, I don't have time for you. I don't have the space for you right now. Like, I really just I don't like, and that's that. Like, but I need to talk. Well, talk to you. Maybe that's the whole thing here. Like, go talk to you. Like, that's your problem, your life, your decision. Like, really seriously. And I'm not wrong for saying that, and you're not going to make me feel wrong. But subconsciously, of course I am. But it's like, but we can't allow ourselves to feel wrong when we know we're doing what's right for us. And I tell people, it doesn't make you any less of a man, woman, friend, sister, brother, whatever it is. Hey, I just got to break away. I have to retreat for me.
Yeah.
Like, I got a lot of everybody all up on me. And just like she's like, oh, I really don't have that many problems. Like, it's not that bad. And then when you find that comfort in yourself, it's like, oh, can I call you back? I'm kind of talking to myself right now. You're like, what? Like, yeah, I got problems. I need to figure stuff out. You want me to come to you, And it's just so many things. Like, I tell people, like, that's the type of things. Like, me, that's what you get from me all the time. Like, oh, so what's your content about? Like, I don't know, girl. I don't know. Like, I'm not walking around just fully focused on me. I want to be the best version of myself, present it to the world. But I'm fine with who I am. I don't feel the need to pay attention to everything I do because I don't have any intention. Just to be myself, and I'm comfortable to do so. So you see what I mean? Like, take the weight up off you. Like, it's okay. Like, sometimes you just gotta look in the mirror and do weird shit and just laugh about it. I do that. Just walk away. I don't know why I did that, but it felt great. Like, because at that moment I didn't care. That's the whole gift of it. Yeah, I gave you the question and the answer. I know. I didn't wreck nobody's brain. But it's just there's so many different beautiful things in life if you just look at it as a whole. You know, and then learn how to break it down and only take what is for you, what you can utilize, what you can work with, you know, just like that. It's I'm just really where did Dippy dipped out?
I was supposed to say, where's Dippy? I just looked around.
I'm
She's
on
gone.
Dippy dipped out. It's so funny. I used to love Teletubbies, and Dipsy was my favorite. Like, yeah, I love that little green thing. I don't know why I watched that show. And then when Burger King had the Tubby custard, that was just the best time of my life. It's like I want the pink pudding. Like it probably tastes like Pepto, but it was great for me. A little smiling sunshine. Oh, okay. I wouldn't be watching Teletubbies tonight. That's horrible. I'm only, I've been, I'm young enough for it. I'm in my 30s. Just whatever. Like, no, you're not. Like, why would I lie about that? That's such a random age to lie about. Like, nobody cares. No, who wants to be 33? Like, nobody. Like, that's a stupid ass age to lie about. If it's not 18 or 21, it doesn't really matter after that. Like, I'm old enough for whatever. Like, I don't, like, what? You're crazy. She's a Scorpio. She just slithered out. Mine does that sometimes if I have a bad connection or something. But it'll keep the guest up, like, somehow. I never used Restream, though. I used StreamYard.
She usually does. This is first night.
Or I use
looked up.
Melon. I like the Melon app too. I don't know where she went. But I'm hungry.
So what's your channel called?
It's just my name. It's the Ethereal Obsidian. And I was telling them earlier why I changed my name. Well, it was Obsidian Dior. Like that's where I changed my name to, which means black gold or golden shield of protection because the obsidian stone. And then I'm a Capricorn. It's just a bunch of stuff that I didn't even know how much it meant to me until I researched it. Like I always have Dior, like it's across my stomach, everything, and I just found out last year that Dior means gold. Like I was like, oh wow, awesome! I didn't know at all. I had no clue. I was just shit cool to me. Like what? Like yes, I didn't even know City and Dior was gonna line up like that. But then when summer came around, I just always stare at her, and it's just like, oh gosh, like she's just wonderful. Like she's so ethereal. So I call her Ethereal Blue, or I call her Sum Sum. So I was like, oh no, I was just like, I want to change my name, like because it's like I'm delicate, but I can protect myself, and that's why I exist in such a unearthly, otherworldly sense because it's like I don't have the same just views as anyone. Like my outlook on what power is, what so many things are. It's like oh gosh, like I'm tired of being the other. What's wrong with your brains? Like all of you. This is just no. You're not gonna outnumber me on this one. Like you guys are. Mm-mm. Just like dang, it's just more and more lost because it's like spend some time with yourself. You might still be able to exist. Mm-hmm. But it's just sad to see people not know themselves, and understand that they don't even want to. They don't even care. Like I've been this long, people cool with it. Like you're a sociopath. Seriously, like people are like what? No, I'm not. Like yes, you are. You are whoever you're around or whoever you feel is the more acceptably suitable. That's you're crazy. Yeah, seriously. And people are like, what? It's like there's so many people who don't have a diagnosis who are really just all those things. And there's so many people who do who are none of them. It's really sad. This whole everything. And it's like once the doctor tells you, it's like, oh, well, he's got the credentials for me to believe him, even though it's my life that I've been living. And I still, yeah, what he said. Like, no, make it make sense. You're going to sit down, break it down for me. Let's go have lunch. So I'm not going to just accept this shit. Like, what? But that doesn't make sense. Like, what did you just pick the three most common, diagnosis and just pick one out the hat? Because I mean, you're not gonna just tell me that because well, it seems like nope. Back to the screen, the board. You're not gonna come and tell me what it seems like when we're dealing with my life. You're not gonna tell me what we're gonna try or what it looks like. What is it and what are we gonna do? If anything needs to be done, or we're done here. Okay? They can't stand me at the ER, and they're like, oh no. I'm like, what? What? I'm making it easy. You know what I mean? Like this is this and that. So don't look for nothing. I already looked it up. You need this for that. This type of testing. Don't do anything other than that. I don't need it. It's like, well, there's no way. I've already like trust me. I had 3 screens up. I does this. Because when I come here, I don't want to be here, and that's all. I just is it this or this? Like, what's up? They're like, damn, you welcome. And don't let me catch you back there on WebMD. Like I already did that. Like I'm not about to play. Like you don't know what's wrong with me. they prescribed me like an antibiotic and a pain medicine things, and the pharmacist, like, thank God for her, because she happened to look like when she handed, she was like, oh, you have another one. And she was like, oh no, she was like, you cannot take these together. She was like, honey, you can die. She was like, you can explode from the inside. She's like, these cannot be taken together. And I was like, whoa, well, they're written on the same paper. I'm just
Good
saying.
pharmacist.
I was like, whoa, like, but the ER doctor, he prescribed it. But when I went to pick the medicine up, she had gave me one bag, and then I was like, oh, it's supposed to be two. And she was like, oh, you do have another one. And she looked through, and then she seen it, and she was just, her face was like, oh, and she was like, I can't give you, I'm not gonna give you these. She was like, I'll send a fax over to them and see what's going on with that, because that's, yeah. And I was like, all right, cool. I'm not gonna take either of them, honestly. I don't want to waste your paper. And I'm here to work, right? Okay, do something. Like, I don't like medicines and things, like, because I think maybe it's because it's coming out of addiction and things, like, I, even though it's, prescribed as medicinal things, it's still something that I'm going to grow a dependency on, and
Yeah.
believe that it's for something. And when coming from, addiction and things like that, that's just the type of mind alter that, it's, mm, like, no, I'm not going to do that to myself. It's not a point of like relapse or anything, but it's just a point of strength that I've built in myself, of saying that I don't need that. It's just people just want to see things on paper sometimes. So that's why I'm here. Like, I need a doctor's note. Like, I don't know. Like, like, I know my body, and it has a great position. It's called faith, and it's like, hey, I'll go through it. I'll research it. I'm done with it. If I see you go through it, hey, I remember that happened to me before. Boom, boom. Take it or leave it. Me speaking my mind is not to change yours. It's just like, speak up. Like, I don't know. Like, you have all these slogans, like, but I don't. Like, my mind is so empty. Like, I have like an iCloud in my brain. There's no actual physical storage. It's just empty, and I think that's what's best for me. People are like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, really, what? I'm like, you gotta keep it going, or I'm out of here mentally. It's like, wait, my mind processed like 500 other thoughts, and so many of them were way cooler than whatever I was probably talking about. Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know. I can't pick and choose anything. It's just, it rolls on. People either strengthen their artistry of, ability to listen, because I don't know why people, like, if I ask you a question, then when Joy starts speaking, I should probably be listening to what I asked for. Like, why would I cut you off if I come to you for information? Like, that's so ignorant. I hate when people do that. But it's like, but then, man, learning how to listen was like, I'm partially deaf in one ear anyway, but that's not why it was hard. It's just because, like, they would say things that bothered me, and like, actually, well, you use that, and it's not the right context, so it doesn't have this. It devalues the meaning. Okay, never mind. Go for it. They're like, oh my god. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just, like, I had to go to speech therapy for 3 years. I had a speech impediment, so just language and speech is really important to me. So it's like, sorry. I better know how to enunciate. That was 2 hours after school for 3 years. Like, come on now, add it up. I put in work. Like, I don't stutter, only sometimes, but my lisp is nowhere near as bad. So it's understandable, because having a stuttering lisp, like, it was just horrible. I was like, no one wants to hear that. It's like, shut up, little girl. It's like, oh, fuck, I gotta tell you something. So I was like, sticky notes everywhere. I can't talk, but I can't speak, but I can spell. All right, look it, read it. So what do you say? Check yes or no. Come on. I don't want to hear you talk either. Like, what? Oh man, I still don't understand why I got as many whippings as a kid as I did, because I was right. I think it was just that whole ideation of, like, you're a child, like, so, but I'm not wrong. Like, nor did I disrespect you. You just feel like you got served by however old I am at the time. Like, sorry, you want a lollipop? I've always been a counselor. I can't believe she just left us here. I don't know if she's coming back. So
I don't know.
I don't know what I want to eat. I just grab a bunch of snacks and I just come up here and snuggle up under Hennessy. That's my life-size teddy bear. I could probably actually wear him as a costume, but so I was like, one day, watch, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna be walking down the street in Hennessy. Like, I told you. They're like, you're great. Exactly. Like, who's walking down the street with a knife that you just sliced the bear with so you could get in it? It's like, this is crazy.
Pretty
It's just like, I would tell people, you listen to your friends when they say funny stuff. Like, wait, what the fuck you just say? And it's like, whoa. You know, and seriously, it's like, you never know when people push you to your limits. You don't know what your limit is till you get there, and that's why people need to stop, always messing with people because you don't know and they don't know how they're going to react. So just don't even do that. I don't know what's wrong with people. It's like, well, you don't look sad. Like, why would you want to see me look sad? Like, or well, you don't look stressed. Like, girl, what does stress look like?
yeah,
No,
for real.
that there is bad hygiene, what you got going on. Like, that's just, that's why you're stressed because you look like that. Like, go wash your hands, do something. Like, I gotta look pitiful so people will pity me, and it's like, no. I'd be like, girl, I'm trying to feel how I look. Like, that's all I can say. Like, what? Like, think about it. You got it. Bad day. Like, they're like, oh, what? Like, I'm saying.
There's Trixie Star. We don't
Hey,
know
my
where
love
Dixie
bug.
went to.
Miss Daisy, what you doing up? Told you she'd be a girl tonight. Y'all better go find Dipsy done dipped out. It's a dip set. She was over there. I know she was pouring some candy. She probably was listening to it. Probably just sitting there eating something. Like, I do that. I'm like, I'll be back. I'm a snacker. Like, I can't help. But yeah, she dropped. Is that her dropping the chat? Is the link? Way behind. I don't know. I see the link in the chat.
I don't see the link.
Yeah, she dropped it a few times, but I don't know the timestamps on it. It's not showing me that. Cause yeah, I can't see it. That's awkward. Yeah. Hmm. Is she tricking us? Or is it like a bot? You see, it's like right there. Just drop the chat.
I don't see her.
Oh, I don't know. It's probably behind. It's probably like hell is behind. Yeah, I was reading it backwards. Of course. Oh yeah, listen. Daisy said the crazy chicken lady went into PG's tonight trying to talk about Brianna badly. Does she mean Brandy? Or who's Brianna? I don't know who Brianna is. That lady, I don't know. And saying crazy chicken lady, the crazy thing is that that's really her name. So it's like nobody's making fun of her. She chose that. That was her choice. Like she could have typed in anything. There was that. Did she change the animal every day, like Miss Daisy? Like, is that what's that? A goat now? I thought it was a cow. I'm strangely observant, but her icon, yeah. And that pug, like, I don't know. I just keep looking at the dog, like, what the hell? Those pictures, it's just weird to me. I just stare at them, like, I tilt my head and things, like I don't know. I was trying to see if it's a stock photo, if that's their real animal. Like, I don't know. No.
Dippy's not up here, Trixie Star. We don't know where she went. She just poof.
Is that in real time that she's saying that?
Trixie Stars.
She's wearing.
Trixie Stars in the real chat.
Oh, okay. Be right back. Bathroom and soda break, but I'm still listening to Joke Talk. Oh, that was you. When was
That
that?
was me. That was when you was telling the story about what happened.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm like, what was that? I was like, oh, she's in the bathroom. See, I thought I made a discovery. Look at that.
You thought you
Now I'm
found
just being petty. I said, now I'm just being petty.
it.
Yeah, it's a gift of mine. Capricorns, we own petty. We own resting bitch face, all that.
Trixie Star, why are you mad?
Apparently. Oh, I should show you that video. Maybe you'll feel better. He's the cutest little boy. Tell us, Trixie. Use as many characters as you need. But have you ever seen that video of the little boy and he's like at a state fair? And they're like, come tell us about the ride. And he's like, so apparently, he's like, I've never been on real TV, live TV ever before. He kept pointing and saying apparently. I was like, why is that so cute? A little girl who got on Yip Yip from Home Depot. Homies Depot. I watched this. Kids are the greatest. That's the only comedy that I can watch and probably actually laugh because it's not meant to be, funny. They were serious as hell. Like, you kids are amazing.
Yeah.
I gotta hold on to my youth. We gotta be like, adult enough to survive and childlike enough to have fun. That's my balance. That's enough for me. What Trixie say? I put my glasses back on. My mom hates that. They're like, well, you gonna sit there and blink and your glasses are right there? Like, I want to see if I can see on my own.
I don't know, Trixie. Like I said, I don't know where Deepy went to.
Yeah, she just left us a little while ago.
Trixie's trying to get it on panel.
That sucks. Oh, so no one knows how to get her outside of here.
I think it has to be Deepy.
Goodness gracious. Hey, Trixie, she pulled a Q.
No, Trixie, me and Obsidian's up here on panel. Dippy just disappeared.
Yeah. I gotta change her name. She's part of the Migos named Dip Out. Take Out, Offset. Their names are crazy. Poor world. That's the things we want to be like them. I don't want to be like any of those spandex wearing grown men. Like, how do you breathe, sir? You find that attractive? Those super tight pants,
Those what?
Those super tight pants, it's like men's clothes are getting smaller and smaller. Like, all the
No.
shorts show half the thigh, like Dukes of Hazzard these days. So.
I've got my grandsons in Georgia. They wear stuff like that. But...
Right, and the pants, it's like I can see your kneecaps from behind you. Like, that's not okay. Your pants are too tight. Like, don't get no attitude with me. You better get, you gotta readjust yourself and get your panties in a bunch. And it's like, when does these things keep switching? Like, thank God it's not the oversized. Like, I could fit me and all three of my friends in this one pair of pants.
I don't know. You
so
just keep
ugly.
them long enough, they'll come back in style anyway.
Yeah. But I'm like, it was ridiculous at a point in time. Like wow, I would rather just wear like some gym shorts, not even basketball, just gym shorts, and a crew neck. I'm cool. I'm not gonna participate in this with you guys. Like, you guys look like Easter and Crayola, and like that's cool, but like, it's like, it bothers me seeing these true crimes. And it's like, you see this guy running away, and he's like sagging, like like leggings or like tights, and it's like what? First of all, like we're gonna get back to the crime, but did you see him run? Like, wow, that's technique, that right there. Because what's the point of putting your pants on if they're pretty much falling off? Like, I don't know, especially if they're that tight. Like, you couldn't wait till your son couldn't fit them jeans, huh? Like, I mean, hey, I take you seriously. Hmm. I do. But it's just like, just be yourself. Like, if you've always dressed like that, because every style is still accessible, whether you thrifted or whatever, then that'd be different. But it's like, no, you just keep shifting with the times. That's not cool. She mad like onion. I wish that we could just let her up on our own stuff.
Yeah.
That would be cool. I would have been gave you access. Where is it? Oh, Brandy. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. So who is the chicken lady? I don't even know. I didn't get her name or anything. I'm so confused. Like, I was really confused about everything because when she says she watches me, like I get, it's like I don't understand. Like, who are I've never. I don't even know her voice. Like, but I always tell people that like y'all are weird. I see this with people here and there's people talking like this is so strange. Like, what? Why wouldn't you speak? Love you, Trixie. I didn't know when she said that, but that's, I love her in real time. Right now. Yeah, I said she put Q. Yeah, but look, oh, my notebooks are full. Well, Miss Trixie, well, because I just have been really trying to um, manifest and what's the word? Manifest and cultivate, the right thing to put out there. You know, I just see everything going on around, and it's like I don't want to be a part of that. Like I want to be the one different because I am. I'm not. I don't aim to be better than you. I don't want to know more than you. But this just is where you could come find this at. And just with a little more structure. Because I don't know. I don't want to confuse people. I don't want to compete with people. I don't want to do any of that. I don't even care for subs. Honestly, I just want you to know I exist, and if you need me, like I'm right here. So I'm just, just devising all that and getting a lot more interactive things together because it's like no, you're gonna talk to me. Like if you want to sit here and listen, then we can like pre-record it or something like that. I like interaction. So I have a lot of CBTs and just different um therapy elements and worksheets and I don't like to say activities because if you're adults, but like yeah, just to do in the chat and then just to like really focus on that. Like I'm not going nowhere. Like take the time for you. Like so I'm building like all my folders and learning how to share my screen and stuff. So yeah, I just gotta step back to come back the right way. If it's the internet is the internet. So if this is always going to exist, at least let it have like some timeless meaning, like some substance, or like me. I talk about everything, but I don't even ever say anything at all. It just goes together because I mean it. And like yeah, that's just what I'm doing right now. Just structure. Like what do I really see is going on, and like me not even looking at the people, but just the science of whatever their action is or the issue, and that's what I want to do. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, definitely can do more than just summer. And that's another reason why I wanted to, do it how I'm planning it because it's like, if people keep their loyalty and they come there, then the structure of the mind and how it perceives things, it's going to change inevitably, and then look at everything with your growth. It's not my. I don't believe in the word teacher. I won't even say it, but we can, especially if we know what it is that we want to do, and we know that we're able to do it, or we're willing to figure out how to get to, or for what actually can. Yeah, yeah, and it's like, man, yeah, yeah, and that's just me. It's like I listen. I can't tell you when you're going to be presented with that one thing that you don't even know that you've been just sending a bat signal to the spirit world for. Like, hello, here I don't know what you want, but just you'll probably find it in whatever I'm about to say. Like, I don't know. Like, don't put that type of pressure on me. Like, I'll obviously be saying stuff, but yeah, and it's just like just really help people understand like who they are as a person, and no one can tell you that. And then once you figure that out, now you can apply like what type of person do you want to be. Now apply yourself to that, and you just kind of got to do that with everything. Like, do I even want to? Like, why are you here? I'm gonna ask you what most people will say are the rudest questions, but it's not because they're the ones that matter the most. Yeah, I really like her. Yeah. She had my chest quivering a little bit. I was like, because you know me, Trixie, I'm so absorbent, and it's like I'm so like, uh, uh, it's not euphoric. It's just like, I don't know the word, but it's bothersome, but empathic, and a very uncomfortable, level. It's like I don't want to feel. Get away from me. What's wrong with you? Yeah. And then once I feel it, then I have to come pick your brain until I hear it. Like I'm guilty of that. Like, but it's like, I need you to say it. I need you to know that it's okay to say it. You're not saying it to me. Like, why do people worry about judgment? It's like you're not I don't give a damn what you about to say, honestly. I'm just listening. Like, so stop. Like, why are you worried about what I'm going to think of you? Like, that should be the least of that shouldn't e, no, actually. That shouldn't exist as no, it's not even a worry. Like, it shouldn't exist. Like, because you're never going to say what it is that the real you feel needs to be said. So just keep killing yourself off, and eventually your body will catch up, buddy. All right? Like, whoa, I'm wrong for that. No, that's how I get people. It's just like, but no, I do care about me. Like, I know you do. You know what I mean? But I can't tell you to. And it's not until that moment where you see that your pride is going to be, what takes you up out of here. And you can't fault anyone but yourself for not properly asking for whatever you needed. Hey, this is what you asked for. Like, you just get specific. Like, that's not anyone's fault. And that goes back to, when we were talking, biblically, that a lot of people lose faith because they don't know how to pray. They don't know how to come to God and thanks before the request. And then thanks before the actual, you may never get it, but you thought about it, right? And there you go. That's what's wrong with humans. Like, we think it in the mind, and then we have to be human and go make it happen for real. And then it's like, ugh, it was really, I could have done without. Like, it was much better in my head, much better in my head, And sometimes we have to understand that just just be okay with that. The ability to even visualize that experience is a gift. It's a gift. But don't go try to look at everyone else's eyes through her. Yeah, she had everybody triggered. I know it. I was like, I could feel it. I was like, yeah, Trixie's about to snap. Like, can I finish what I was about to say? Like, come on now. And I was like, she was so like intrusive, but just like wow, it's intense. But it was so subtle at the same time. Like, it's like she'll wait. And then it's like I don't know, like everybody who's has empathy, it's not some people use their strengthened or heightened sensitivity for all the wrong reasons. If I can figure out what bothers you, then I kind of I win just automatically. Why? Because I have the ability to bother you. Duh. Stupid. I have to do anything. Just and it's like wow. I pay attention to things people ask me. I pay attention to how people pay attention to me, and everything is because it's like you never know. Like, and it's just the world has just taught me to not put anything past anyone. But then discernment comes in and tells me when that I can. This is where you get a break from that worry. You don't have. You can relax. It's okay. And you got to find those people in your life that everything in you agrees. Like, yeah, it's okay. Your mind doesn't need to agree because it's not your friend. Just like mine isn't. But maybe you guys exist. But mine isn't. So I can't go by that. If everything else in me feels like this is right, then my mind is the only thing telling me that it's different. Something's, it's not right though. But look how long it took to be that. Like, shut up. Damn. Yeah, yeah, and I felt that too. That's why I learned in the chat, like right before you said it was crazy. It was like, I'm working on like a side thing too, and I wanted to be called, like what's like mental health type thing, but more like, just so it'll be like some type of wordplay with the word men in it, but it's like, and once you get in there, and you could be the only one in there, but that shouldn't matter if you're there for yourself, truly, to strengthen yourself, to grow yourself, and then to step back out into, these groups or these chats or these, you know, wherever you work at, anything, your marriage, your how you take care of your kids, and go really actually apply yourself as you. And the more you get to know you, it's right. She was like, "What is the boyfriend or the neighbor? We need to get the information. We need to." Trixie, we don't know until you tell. Okay, so we don't know yet until we won't tell you told because we don't know yet. It's like what? I was reading the chat. I'm like, yo, she's wow. I was like, yo, she started tripping. Was she drinking for real? Like, I'm like, mm. Because at first she seemed kind of calm, like I was saying earlier, and then it's like she slid into like this, like, but my granddaughter, but my daughter, it's like, okay, but that what you just said after you cut them off from what they were saying, it doesn't even matter. Like, and you had all these hours to say whatever you just said. But yeah, support, yeah, for support for the ones that really want to help, yeah, and I really want to like break it down, like eventually, like because everybody's not going to be at the same part of their their journey or and self. So it's like, well, hey, maybe now you want to learn how to be a stronger just individual, or a stronger sibling, or a stronger you know just support system, or motivator when you need to be, like, how do I give you this positivity or uplift without taking from myself and my own source. Like, no, I'm gonna throw you out there because it exists, and you're gonna think, but really, you just went and got that because it was not anything, But people feel so much comfortable when they feel like they've given their problems to somebody else. Yeah, I couldn't either. I was like, wait, what? I was like, I'm not even high like I was, but I was. Penny was texting me. It was like, yo, she needs to go. I'm like, yeah, and she just started like, it was weird, and she just like was going back and forth. I'm like, wait, what? That's like, wow. I don't. Yeah, I don't know where it went wrong either because I think she's one of those people who she wants everyone to agree with her, and if not agree with her, then at least have her same like point of view. Like that's the same thing. You can't trick me. Like I'm smart. Hello. But yeah, so I felt like she was doing. It's like, wait, lady, like this is some type of weird like distraction, and that's why I kept talking about that. Like the distractions that come, man. Listen, if you're not really convicted in what you're doing, then guess what? Right there, you're just like, it's like blasphemy to your purpose. It's like it's disrespect. It's you don't want nothing. You don't. Well, you don't get to pray. You don't get to ask me for anything. We've already had so much, and you're asking me for things that I've already given you, things that you already have, but you don't want to look inside you to get it. You don't want to take the couple steps and to get all that. You just want me to come hand it to you. Like no. And that's me on my relationship and my ideation of with God, and it's like I have to re-see it, rebuild it, and I understand that. Guess what? Yes, God exists, and it's the respect is whew, I can't explain it to you. But on this physical earth, guess what? In my mind, I am my God. I'm not God at all. But I mean, like, I have to do, that work down here for us, for Him, the parts of Him that's in me, and not disrespect Him. But I was just coming to Him, just asking Him because one, I don't have no faith in nothing He promised me. Two, I'm lazy. I don't want to. I got no. I just want it given to me. But now you're taking something of someone else's. Like, it's great. It'll never be yours. And it just sucks. Right, Miss Day, she's so sweet. I'm like, I'm gonna have to talk to her on the side. I told her like I did Sharon. Yeah, that's what I was talking to her about earlier. Like, like don't let people come in here and change what you're here for. Like, because like I said, like, they can leave. This is you. Like you're not gonna, be like you're not gonna come in my chat and tell me what to talk about. You're not going to tell me how to speak. You're not going to tell me I'm despicable because I'm using profanity on a public platform. Well, get the fuck up out of here. Thank you. Fuck you later. Your mom's a hoe. Like, love you. Come back when you grow up. Like, what? There's so many. How many pages are on YouTube? I mean, there's billions of content creators, right? So why would you come here and think you really have some say so? Mm-mm. I told Miss Sharon, same spiel. And she ain't apologizing no more. She be cussing away. But it's not that I promote people to use profanity. Like, we're adults. But understand that profanity is really, truly only conceived through passion and then the pursuit of it, because no one ever thinks to curse. Like, oh, let me say a curse word. Like, well, no. I've never ever thought well, maybe it's just me, but when I did think about that, I was like, wow, I've never actually thought about cursing or like I've thought about not, I've had to put effort and energy into not cursing, but no, I cuss frivolously. Yeah. Or when they tell you they're leaving. Yeah. Did you see that earlier? She's like, if you don't start talking about the case, I'm leaving. I was like, huh, hmm, oh, okay. I'm just gonna brush past that one. And then someone was like, yeah, I think 5 people need to be bitch slapped. I'm like, one, two, five. Whoa, what? I was like, oh no, wait, girl, you don't want these problems. Yeah, it does. It brings that. So when people tell you, it really sucks. Because you can never really fully reach your full potential around any environment that's going to limit how much of yourself you can bring to it. It's like, no, I can't tell you to speak on it if I'm going to tell you how to speak. Like, but no, no, no. Yeah, I said, well, you have to go get you a podcast, boo, because like clearly, you just want to hear you. You still ain't talking about shit. You know, people like you just need to do a podcast. If people come across it, cool. Like, if not, then they don't. Like, it's everybody's fine. You got it out. It's recorded. You feel good because it's somewhere. Right? It exists. You know, you go find me though. But it's like let people do them. Like, I don't understand that. There's so many options. You don't come into someone's anything and tell them why you don't like them or what they need to change so that you stay there. It's like, how about we not and say we still won't. Mm-mm. Like, what? What? This is not that, and nor will it ever be. You can branch out, and I hope you find a place that allows that shit because it's not here. No, we don't do seniority. We don't do the upper hand or it's like no, we're just here. Like, whose page? I'm not running no clips or nothing, girl. I'm just here to talk to y'all. Like, I don't care about none of that because anything I can show you, you can take the time to go look up, just like I did. So let's do some work. Come back and show me something. Period. That's assignment. You got 5 minutes to go find something interesting that you feel needs to be spoke about. See you soon. Be like, and it's crazy, but that teaches the mind right there to be adept in that sense of urgency of understanding that you don't always have time. There's gonna be plenty of times where you don't have time. So you need to be quick on your feet and have that mentality of what it is to survive. Just survival first before the energy of rescue. Just you learn how to survive first. And in the event that blah blah blah, then you go into that. People always trying to cram it at once. It's like, look, Rocky, Rambo, uh, what Mucho, who knows? Like Macho Nacho, who I don't know, but it's just like I'm not scared, and that's the problem. And that they're going after these children, and it's like, please give me like 30 seconds. I don't care which one of them it is. They've exposed a lot by their actions. So for a child, you have no chance. Like you're beyond weak. Like I'll even feel like a coward for slapping your ass. Like, cause you're just a different kind of bitch in this world. Like that's that's weak. Like that's the whole new depth of low. Like there's no reason anyone should ever look at a child and feel that attraction. Shouldn't look at a child and feel anything besides love in its truest form, its truest feeling. That's it. That's it. Nothing else besides they're doing something that could harm them and they shouldn't be doing. Then of course you interject. But other than that, you shouldn't see any attract to a child. You shouldn't see anything that you want to label as ugly on a child. Like, what do you mean? This child doesn't even know what ugly is. And it's just sad for this generation because if you look back in history books, you don't see those words. You don't see fat, you don't see ugly, you don't see dusty or broke, you don't see any of those things. They'll describe the most, what we perceive as worthless person in such a just a certain cadence and things, to where you forget they're talking about a homeless person, and it's the man with the rags, on the street because he doesn't have a home. Like that's the truth. That's as true as it gets. But no, not that raggedy ass bum over there. Like, what? Why would you say that? You don't know this person's life at all. You don't qualify for that judgment. Like, I need you to just energetically apologize because it's people like you. You don't deserve anything you have. You didn't work for it, but you use other people's stories, other people's sympathy that can't tell it, and you're gaining off of it. And that's happening too many places. Too too many. All the other channels cover some of that. Yeah, yeah. Her name is being kept out there. It should be a sad day not to be celebrated. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that's why I said I feel like I if I would say that she's not with us, I can't say that in a physical aspect, and I won't. But if I do, it's just a point of that, like she's been relocated, renamed, and she's about to learn her new life. And if worse comes, that's the only way I'm comfortable with thinking of it and accepting that if all else fails, this is what I've chosen to be comfortable with. For my own mental sanity because of how much emotional investment, even just so many different facets of investment that has gone into you know summer just on everyone's individual personal behalf. It's like, ugh, so you have to find something to cap off just in case we end up with nothing. Why? Because we can't afford to know it, or they don't feel like what am I gonna tell them? Shit, really, honestly, we don't. But whatever, they can bother us as much as we want. It doesn't matter. Like, we're still gonna have to do our job. We're really we still get paid, pretty much, should I say? But it just sucks. Like, who do we turn to? Like, we have to just strengthen ourselves and and know that we're around the right people, because calling on the cops is not, that doesn't guarantee your safety anymore. That just might lessen it, depending on what kind of cop you're dealing with and what type of dealings those cops have. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? I do, and I feel that way. I've always felt that way. It's going to be a clusterfuck of just like scatter around, because it's like the people that'll be exposed from this really coming out with the truth and just look straight to it. They don't want that. They don't want. We have too much to fight for individually, and it's not each other, or it's not each other's innocence. It's just mine, or like just his. It's like what? No, y'all couldn't even come together as a whole to try to make a story. Like it's instantly turned on each other, and it's like, dang, happy anniversary of your existence, Summer. That's what I say. I don't say really happy birthday to people unless they're just like, what does that mean? Like, never mind. Happy birthday. HBD. Shit. But no, it's just like, I just want people to be more cognitively conscious, especially on panels and in chats, because you're sharing this with the world. Not all at one time, no, but it exists. And you just may be that comment that jumps into that conversation, because like this is the second time I see some stupid shit today. Like like you don't want to be that random that pops up, and you'll never know if you are. So you just gotta just be you and don't do things. Oh, this will freak people out. Like this is like you're putting too much energy into what other people are gonna think or what's gonna do for them. What about you? Like, oh, yeah, you love yourself incorrectly. You love how you have the ability to look, and once you look that way, what you can gain.